Hello, everybody, and welcome to Marquee Gaming. Today, as we return today, it's been a couple weeks since we've been on our session, but we're not doing a session today. We're doing a question and answer, Midway question and answer for our campaign as part of our Christmas holiday break stuff.
Wait,
So
what? I thought we were doing a big boss fight against Santa Claus
you will
in the
be,
North Pole.
but
Okay, cool.
It's just against the sun.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll bring the candles out too.
That was blind by the new year.
But yeah, welcome in, everybody. Good to see you all. And yeah, I'm happy to be here with you all and happy to be back with the crew. And so the way this is going to work today with our question and answer, we have a bunch of questions and those have been sent in already into our Discord. So thank you for everyone who submitted questions. Rachel will be moderating this in a little bit here, and we'll be asking the questions, and she kind of sorted them all out and be asking them to the individuals or group that they belong to. But if you still have questions you would like to ask of the players or think of one during the game or ask of the DM, myself, feel free to put them in the chat, and we will hopefully catch them. And if we do not already have that question in the list, then we can answer them. Just a reminder, as the DM, I cannot spoil anything, though. Just live with that. Sorry to disappoint.
Live with
everyone out
that.
But why don't we turn it over to Rachel? She can begin by doing whatever she wants to. She can do what she wants. Up to you, Rach. How are
I
we
can
doing
do
this?
whatever I
How are we
want. I
starting
have
this?
the power.
You have the power today. How are we doing this?
Oh my gosh. Well, hi everyone. Thank you for hanging out with us on this special session. Because the campaign was so long, I think, was it 6 months ago or something, we all had talked about like, you know what? I know we had a Q&A at the end of Beacons, but there's just like so much that's happened and so much that will happen. Maybe a Midway Q&A would be beneficial. So that's why we're doing this. We thought it might be fun just to kind of take a little break and look back at the game and the characters. A lot of people had some great questions. I loved them, and I am going to try my best to, moderate it so we get to everyone. We probably won't get to everything. We'll try our best, though. We have like a nice time slot. If you have some questions in the chat, feel free to post them. I can kind of add it to my list. Might not ask it right away, might not get to it, but if it's intriguing enough, then perhaps we will. So let's do, I think let's just start out with like a mishap one in general. This one goes to everyone. What's your favorite mishap? Tim asked that. And I think it's a good one to get started with. Who would like to go first?
Good ones, though.
Roll off to see who goes
Oh, we
first.
should roll. Let's roll and see who goes first.
Oh wait, I don't have my dice.
Okay, then you
Let me
automatically go
laugh.
first.
Just
then,
kidding.
Alex.
Okay, I can go first.
Auto
What?
win. I got a 6.
So I can
11.
say in my heart what I think I got.
4.
I think I got
4.
a 20.
All right, you're first. Then. Okay, go for it.
You're first.
Whoa. Okay, obviously my favorite ones are the ones that are like going to be good for us, that like random. But those are not memorable because you're just like, oh yay. Honestly, I think my favorite one, I know it's like, has to be the stink one because it makes it funny every time. Like it's never not funny, even if it's like things are really serious, even things are dire. It's like someone just like stinks. Like that's funny. I don't know. I think that's just comedy. So I think that one's got to be my favorite.
It's good.
Immediately when I saw that question, I was like, the stink one, gotta be stinky.
Yeah,
It's happened to us
course.
like 4. It's happened like 3 times.
To me,
it's happened
like,
a lot of times.
Just to her, I think. I don't know if it happened to anyone else.
So it's like,
I mean,
So it's like-
it initiated a fight at one point, so like that's how
I was gonna say,
effective we
'cause
have
also
by
it
it.
makes it funnier that it's like Euphemia, so she's like farts when she's nervous or something. That's like how it like sounds. So like
She's
Anyway,
so
it's
yeah,
very
she
funny.
loves it. It's her favorite
she
too.
emits like an odor. when she's any kid. Yeah, so that's my favorite probably.
Awesome. I don't know who else got. I didn't hear the other numbers.
Okay, got 11. We're just going down in order.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, Dav's box one was amazing.
Spider.
Like, I don't know, there's so many good ones though. The joke one, the vampire one, they're good keep ups, but the box one I think defined him so long. I don't know. And I still have runner ups in my head of like the ankles getting stuck in like the ground. Like that was momentous. And then the confetti. I think the confetti one is one that stands out, but
that was a good one. Yeah.
Those are like my top 3, I think.
Mark, did you have one? I didn't hear what you rolled.
I will go. So for me, it kind of goes into a couple different categories because there's like the just fun ones that are just like funny to have happen. And then there's the ones that like impact the story in a way that I'm just like, ooh, that's really interesting how that impacted the story. Because what comes to mind for like the impact of the story one was Dav in the cave trying to escape from Kindra, and just craziness. The feet getting stuck in the ground a couple times of it had a big impact like in those moments. So like those are fun to me because that's where I kind of hope Mishaps would be, is like something that would alter the game and just make some sort of impact in it. Nothing too drastic, like you can come back from it, but it's definitely something that can put a big impact into the game. So I like when those happen. I always feel a big letdown when it's like oh, you notice nothing happens. That's why I rolled and nothing happens.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy the vampire one for Dav. I thought that was funny.
That was funny.
I'm trying to even look through like the list of ones that happened, but the bad joke one.
My least favorite so far has still been like the cat one where like Dav or the cat talking.
He keeps praying into animals.
Yeah, that was sad.
There is
right. End up me murdering a cat. Yeah.
There is one mishap though that is still impacting the campaign from early on. That I'm not going to tell you what it is, but like it's still got a lasting effect on the campaign to this day.
We haven't noticed.
You guys don't know about it, but there's a mishap that happened early on. It still plays an impact.
I feel like it's gonna be some random thing that like leads us to find it.
The game.
Oh my gosh.
That's wild.
Cool.
Yep.
A mystery.
Oh man. Did you go? Were you 4?
I rolled 4.
Okay. I was 6. There was a lot. I'd say in the moment the joke one from Dav when he kept telling the joke after the murder. That one was infuriating in character, but in retrospect, it's so funny now, and how it was just literally the worst possible timing in every way. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I think about that one all the time. And I also loved the one where everyone wore Eleanor's outfit for like a day. That was really funny. I think Phantom came up with that one.
So good.
That was great. I loved that one.
The talking grass.
Oh my gosh.
The talking grass. The demon Eleonora summoned. Oh yeah, he had such an attitude. Yeah. That was great.
He was so sassy.
The, like random person in the peripheral of your vision. That was like a mind one that like that was a really good one. Like, what's happening right now?
Yeah.
Because usually you can be like, oh, I know what's happening. I can just role play this. But like that's a good one that even messed with the players.
It's fun.
What about you, Ashy?
I was gonna say the Eleanor clothes one for sure because that made me laugh so hard. That was the most ridiculous, and it was like the most ridiculous fur coat lining, like just the way that turned out.
Super tight and
so funny, so inconvenient in the moment. Yeah, I also really liked the Technicolor skin one. That was crazy. Or like the third eye one that randomly comes up every once in a while, and it's so weird. It's just so weird. I love it when that one pops up.
Yeah, we've had quite a few different skin colors, haven't we? Pink, blue, yellow. Had hair changes.
Technicolor.
I've lost weight, gained height. Like we've had a lot of different stuff going to us.
The one that was rough in the moment, but is really funny now to me, was when all of Euphemia's nails grew super long. That was awful for her.
Oh yeah.
It was in the middle of a fight. It was rough.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Now we'll go to Mark for a question just for him.
Just for me.
Ooh.
Just for you. Actually, Mike and I both asked this question. So I don't know how much you can answer it, but I think it's a nice one to kind of start off with for you. What inspired the idea for 2 timelines?
Let's see. So it was sort of this idea that came about where it was like, there's a lot of moments that players will ask the question of like, well, what if we did this? And
Mhm.
that's sort of what the idea came from for this, is just like, well, you guys could do something in one timeline and not do it in the other timeline, but see the results of that action happening or not happening, and it flows in different ways. And it's definitely branched like very far into 2 different directions now as the time has gone on, but I thought that was kind of the big start of it, was like, what happens when this is here but this when it isn't here, or this happened here and this didn't happen here, and how it affects everything. So that was a big part of that inspiration. It's that question that players oftentimes ask and I can't answer, but a game like this I kind of can, because you can see some of the differences that have happened one way or the other.
That's cool.
Mhm.
I love
So yeah,
that.
did you then have any of the world already inspired when you came up with that aspect, or did you back create the world from that concept?
The idea is separate from the world creation. So those were kind of 2 things I put together.
That's cool.
Oh, okay. Nice.
That's fun.
Thanks. I'm gonna go to some of the individual ones. Because there was one like for players, like all of us to answer, but then there were some that were just directed to one person. So Kelly, Tim asked, are you satisfied with Winnie's character arc, or do you feel like she has more growing to do? And if so, what would that be? I'll combine. That's Mike and Tim kind of combined together.
Okay. I would say satisfied in the sense where I think she's where she needs to be right now. I definitely think she's kind of like, I don't know, she was obviously one of the characters who was like, because I feel like everyone else had a lot more like dramatic, like difficult stories, and so her stuff was so like sort of minor that like I think that not in my mind it's big to her, but like minor in the sense of like everyone else that's like almost so like baby stepping into like the next phase. I feel like she's kind of at a point where she's much more comfortable with herself than she was in the beginning, and much more
Yeah.
like, okay, maybe I can do this. And I think the next step would be then gaining that like confidence and like leadership, and you know, that kind of like really trying to like hone in on her skills and like grow them and not just like be comfortable with them, I guess. So I'd say I'm satisfied with it thus far, but I think that like her next phase is like to sort of be like more like powerful, confident, like much more sure of herself than like just being like, maybe I shouldn't question every single little thing, you know, like where she's like feel like much more comfortable. She needs to be like go that extra level, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Also, I'm sorry,
It
I'm
does.
really I'm a little sick currently, so I think my brain's a little hopped up on cold meds. So I'm a little bit like not sure if that's
No, we got you.
Got it.
okay, perfect.
Since you combined mine into that, can I follow up on that real super quick?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about my answer. Okay.
I'm just getting permission for the moderator.
Mhm.
Yes. Permission granted.
When you look back at Winnie in her journey that she's come and where you're at now, and then where you see like going where she's going in the forward, do you? I'm trying to think of the best way to explain it. Like a lot of times when my characters all like kind of have like an idea of an arc where I'm like, okay, maybe this is a weakness that they have to overcome, right? And this is like the journey I want to put them through. Did you have that for Winnie, or is it more just wanting to see how she reacts and grows from the situation she sees? Does that make sense?
I'm
Like,
sorry,
do you
can
know
say it
where
one
you
more
want her
time?
to
I wanna
go?
make sure do I know where I want her to go? Or
Yeah,
did
like,
I
do you
know
have
that
an
at the
arc for
beginning, or do
her,
I know
or
that
you
now?
both?
Both.
Like, has one
Um,
just like formed now that you've seen where she's gone?
Yeah, I guess like just being transparent, like the Winnie was sort of based off of like how I thought of myself in middle school, where I was like very like so unsure of myself. I was so unconfident, so, all that stuff. And so I was like, I want to take that like kind of feeling of like, yeah, I mean, everyone in middle school feels terrible 'cause it's a terrible time, but it's a terrible time of your life. But like that feeling of like unsureness and like unconfidence and failure, and like what if that kind of continued throughout her life, and thinking about like what how that would like feel. So kind of like that was like the tic tac, I guess, of where the character came from in the first place. So I think when I first kind of put her out into the Mishaps world, it was like I kind of wanted to see like how that would be, yeah, and how she would like, I guess, learn how to grow through like other people. Because I think one of the ways that like I guess I as a person like grew, I guess, was like honestly like yeah, kind people sort of building me up and sort of then trying new things and having that, I don't know, so kind of wanted her the same thing for her, where it's like she can have like these difficult experiences but like overcome them and feel like more confident, or like have these people like yeah, build her up and like make her feel not like a loser, if that makes sense. And so I think now it's like she's sort of gotten to that, and so it's like what would it look like if she were actually like sure of herself, like what would that look like? And so that's kind of where I want her to go, but obviously sometimes where you want characters to go is not exactly where they go. So it's kind of like my goal for her, but I think she'll find it somewhere. I think she'll find her footing. Where, I don't know, but yeah. Does that make sense? Is that an
Yeah.
answer?
That's a really good insight. That's something I was really curious about, Winnie. Yeah.
Okay.
Amazing. Mike. Let's
That's
see. I have a
me.
few that are interesting in here.
It's really weird not to talk like this all game. I might slip into it if it's a dumb question, but we'll see.
Yeah, here's a Dav question.
Okay.
Does Dav want to get back with Kendra, or is that ship officially sailed never to return?
What are you talking about? She stabbed me. Next question. I'm just kidding. Michael's gonna answer that because Dav does not know how he feels about that. I don't know. I think ultimately I had wanted them to get back together and resolve things. But with the way it's gone and seeing how the rest of you guys have interacted with Dav and not judged him and like stayed loyal to him through his faults and through his annoyingness and some of his questions, like some of his choices, like for her to have completely shut him off from her choices and then now stabbed him, I mean like literally killed him, and maybe for like the right reasons, but not even still not like trusting him. There's a lot of hurt there now, and so I don't know. I mean, he still wants to know a lot of things, and there's still a lot of closure there, but I'm actually really curious if the door's already been shut. But I always think that a lot, and then like the door can like open back up again. But I don't know. We'll see. It'll be really, really interesting, but I think she would have to open up some as well. And it might even have to be after like even more rock bottom. So it's interesting. It's a very feisty situation they find themselves in. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, actually, I like how Prince just said does growth for Dav mean being able to forgive her and earn his way back, or being able to let go and truly move on? And that's probably the question
that's a really good question. I mean, he forgives her, but he hasn't moved on, and he hasn't let it go. So I think that's a great follow-up question on it. So.
Awesome.
And can she let go? Because she's obviously not letting go either. And I think they're both can't let go in opposite directions. And I mean, that's life sometimes. I mean, I've had someone that I thought I was, going to spend my life with. And there's that one thing that we both just were separated on. And it's like, sometimes, you're 9 out of 10 things align, and you got to move on until you find a person that fits you perfectly. So.
Yeah.
Love is unfortunately logistics sometimes. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Here's the supply chain problem we have here. So.
Okay, Ashley. since we're just on we had a ship question, let's do another one from Mike. Did you ever expect things with Edison to go the way that they did? Like, especially first meeting him, I would say.
Yeah, I didn't know Edison existed. He was a surprise. So no, I guess. He walked in and out of character, I was like, oh, I like the idea of the two of them a lot. Like, I would love for this to happen, but I didn't know if Effie would catch feelings or not. So waiting to see what would happen was a really fun like thing to process with her. So it was a great surprise. Love it. Love them.
When did that happen with Euphemia?
I think she was so like wrapped up in her own grief and pain for a really long time. I think the first few times they interacted, she didn't go back and actually think about him that way until right before the Black Rose quest. But then she realized that maybe it had been a lot longer than she thought.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was probably after we did the experiment with her mom that it was like a little like tink all of a sudden in her opinion of him changed. So
He was willing to go like all the way with her. Like,
That
and he
was-
was not doing well, like good.
yeah. I
Because we
remember
didn't
her
want-
like
Sweating that he was. We didn't like that.
right. No, I think that was it. When she really went back and thought about it, she was like, oh wait, actually. But it was so far forward in time that she was aware of it. So
It makes sense since like I didn't like, now that I'm thinking about it, it really does make sense that they're together though, because of like they both had such a shared goal of like figuring out her sister, but like I feel like they could understand each other in that, and like especially
Yeah.
with Effie, like she probably felt understood in a way maybe she hadn't been able to be because of like his knowledge of like things that happen. I don't know. I like it.
Mhm.
I think a lot of what has kept her from getting close to other people was her refusal to like deal with her past. So it kind of destroyed that barrier immediately, which was fun. Like it's not an issue now. Now I don't have any
Yeah.
secrets. So
That's true. Awesome. Mine is not a ship question. It's what do you think? Tim asks, what do you think Stastrom's plans are for Julian? And I have a couple different, like, obviously, I mean, the obvious answer is he wants to hold Julian hostage to gain cooperation. But I do feel like, at least from what little we know of him, Stastrom seems to be a guy that has really long-term plans. And so I would think that there would be some shaping there for like what he wants his world to be if Julian's so young and easily influenced. Maybe it's something for like keeping Eleonora in his pocket forever if he's able to influence Julian in different ways. He didn't even really promise that she would get him back if this got fixed. So like I have like ideas of like plans he would have, but he's still really elusive. I don't think we've figured him out at all right now. So
I almost wonder if we'll know more like when we interact with him more, like you said. Like we just don't have enough
Or we just let Gollum
Yeah.
Arthur punch him in the face and be done with it.
punch him in the face.
one and done.
Easy.
Give me my kid back. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So whatever he's planning though, it's definitely alarming. I don't feel like it's nice motives. So
Wow,
oh my goodness.
that was really stupid in my head. Okay. I literally had Dad go, I know the alarm spell. It's fine. So stupid.
Oh gosh. Okay. Maybe we can do an everyone question. Okay. Who is your favorite in-game villain and why? And we'll also have that for Mark. Who is your favorite to play? if anyone has an answer first, they can go. If not, we can force a roll here.
Are we? What's like our like? Is villain like someone that our party is not like attached to? Is that how we're defining villain?
However,
Antagonist for your character.
Yeah, antagonist.
Okay.
Yeah, even. Yeah.
Okay.
For me, I think it's a hard question because I get to play all your guys' like antagonists and villains.
Yeah.
And it's fun to do all
That's
of them because
true.
like
Yeah.
I kind of make each one more personal for your guys' backstories and stuff. So they target different things with what they're doing. So it's
Mhm.
fun to do that with all the different characters. So it's hard to pick a favorite for me because have fun doing all of them.
Get a rise out of all of us.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Stastrom is definitely up there, but I think for me it's brilliance. I keep on calling the second Illuminance brilliance because of the password. Just to keep them apart in my head.
His brother.
Yeah. His little cousin that now wants to hang out with Big Bro.
Yeah, I'd
But I
say
think that could also be the connection we have to it too. So I don't know.
At least this game, yeah, Illuminance or whoever he goes by, this is like my favorite just because so far, just because he's, I don't know, he kind of reminds me of like the the lawful good devil or lawful evil like devil kind of, where it's almost like he seems to have like not, I don't know, some sort of rules he's living by, wherever they are, or like some sort
Creed.
of long-term plan where he's not like evil for this like for fun. It's more like he clearly has a goal, and I think that's interesting. A man with a plan, you know? It's not a good plan, but it's a plan. So, I can respect that.
Whereas Stastrom's hard to read because it almost seems like he's
Nuts,
risen to a
kind of.
level of like, this is, I am God here and your ants beneath my boot. And it's like, that's very intriguing and fun to watch. So hard to interact with. You're just like, I just want to fight. I just want to fight. Can we fight? But no, we're going to die. It also makes it fun.
Yes.
And I don't think it's over either.
I would say I think I had a few thoughts, but as soon as Stastrom entered the picture, it was Stastrom. Like, he's terrifying to me. And I think half of him being terrifying is you don't know really what he's thinking or what he's aligned with or what he even wants you to do. Like, he could really be not that bad or he could be awful. Like, we have no idea. And I probably half the reason why I love him so much too as a villain is nothing really could break Eleonora like he did. And so that I felt like it takes a special person to do that, and he was just that special person. So he's extra scary to me for that reason, I think.
There's so many good villains. It's hard to pick a favorite. I do love Stastrom. He was so scary. I still really, really love the Hags and how antagonistic they were and have been this whole time. They're just the worst. And every time we thought that we were done, we weren't, which is really fun. But actually, when I was thinking about this, I still think about the pack all the time because that interaction was so freaking scary at the point we were at. Oh man, they were so scary. And then they came back and we ended up like trapped in the sepulcher thing. Like, that was so rough. That was so rough for us as characters, and it really scarred them for a while. So that was really fun. Yeah.
They were really scary.
They're awful.
Pack definitely beat you
I
guys
think
down
Effie's
pretty
still
bad.
Yeah.
I think Effie's still scared of them, to be honest. Like, that was so bad. We were so ashamed.
That's the session I missed, right? I don't think I was there for when we woke up after being captured.
Oh, maybe for the first half or something.
Maybe not. Yeah.
Like, that's one of those things I'm like, it wasn't that bad. I'm like, wait, I don't think I remember it. So
there was a storm. It knocked
that's
out
what it was. Yeah.
So
you guys came up with lies that I was like, wait, we said what? Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah.
Oof.
Okay, everyone answered that, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, now just for Mark. Let's ask one by. I want to just make sure I get everybody here instead of just doing one. So Princess says, Mark, did seeing how beacons played out give you the idea to give your next campaign a plot advancement mechanic that relies on character death? Because we talked so much. Is that why you're asking that?
So
Yeah.
it was less so that like you guys would quote unquote fail in beacons, or so to have a little bit of a safety net for the mishaps, because
Mm,
the mishaps could be pretty crazy
That's
and
fair.
swing a fight real quickly in one direction and a bad direction. And I wanted to at least give a fallback in case something did go like wrong with a mishap, at least in one timeline. But it's definitely something that was a safeguard to prevent the mishaps from having too big of an impact where it would end the campaign. That was kind of the thought behind it.
Yeah.
that makes sense. Because I do remember when we first talked about that concept. I think that was one of the main things that I
Oh,
brought
you were
up as
very
a
worried
concern.
about
Was
that at the
like,
start, that the mishaps could be
uh-huh.
a huge problem. So I definitely put some thought into how to prevent it from being too bad and campaign
Yeah, like we
ending.
just immediately die.
Right, right.
I don't know
Makes
if we've
sense.
still fully accepted it, because when you're talking like the enjoyment of the impact of mishaps, I'm like, oh, I can just see me and Rachel like after a fight where like it totally changes the course of a fight, of like, you know, a heal or revivify gets, you
Uh-huh.
know,
Oh,
yeah.
nicked from us.
it's crazy how it can happen.
There's
But
some
Mhm.
devastating. Yeah, could be.
it
Yes.
impacts the story for sure. Mishaps will still have an impact on the story and change the direction. But I wanted at least a portion of it to be safe from like a TPK.
Yeah.
Mm.
We only had a few versus like one every 10 minutes.
Oh no.
I mean, I don't baby you guys. I know, I'll admit that. I don't baby you guys at all
Yeah.
for the games. Like I'll
No.
play very hard. I will not hold up and like oh well, this bad guy decides to only use one of his 3 attacks this round because you're all dying. Like I don't want to baby you guys in any way. So it's a safeguard to help keep things in
Yeah,
check.
love that. I'll go back to the individual questions again. Kelly, Tim wants to know who is Winnie's best friend, especially if she can only have one.
You better answer this correctly.
Yeah,
Ooh,
we're all going to be treating you different.
drama begins.
I think it. Okay, I don't know if she would consider like. First of all, I don't think she would ever presume that this person like a reciprocal best friend situation, if that makes sense. Like she'd only be like first of all, she'd never say this person's my best friend, but she'd only think it in her head, and she'd never presume like, oh, this person thinks this about me, because that's like, you know, like, oh, I can't, you know, at least right now in her journey. I think it kind of has to be Eleonora, because I think Eleonora gets her in like a way that, yeah, like kind of like a maternal way, but also like just a like, I don't know. I think it's been good for her to have like sort of like someone who is more confident telling her like building her up and stuff, I guess. Well, actually, that could be the whole party, to be honest. But I don't know. I think that like she kind of, I feel like she feels seen in a way that she not doesn't with the other. She feels seen by everybody, but like I think in a more like vulnerable way, I guess.
Yeah.
In a way that she feels she can share, but also like I think she would consider all of them like pretty close, because I think I think all of them have like a different relationship. So I'd say like yeah, it'd be just for different stuff. So it'd be like a close call, to be honest. And again, she'd never say that out loud. She'd be like, "Oh, I don't want to like get rejected." When Eleanor doesn't say it back, but it's like, oh, you know.
I do think
Oh, girl.
I do think Eleanor
yeah.
speaks to her in a way that helps
Yeah,
her feel more
yeah.
seen. Like she's
Yeah.
the most like verbal about it for sure.
Yeah,
So that
I'd say
makes a lot of
that.
sense. Yeah.
But again, I think all the party members, like, I feel like we all have very like distinctive relationships, I guess, between there, and like how we all like grow each other in different ways. So I'd say like it'd be like a close call though, because like it's depends on like what kind of friend you need in that moment, you know. So
Yeah. Phantom said it's because she calls you Winifred, isn't it?
yeah,
By
I
your
feel
full
fancy.
name. That's why.
I feel
Full
extra
name.
fancy and cool.
Well, and I will say too to their friendship, I think Eleonora zoned in on Winifred immediately
Yeah.
because she reminded her of Arthur and
Yeah.
how like not seen he was growing up
Mhm.
and misunderstood he was by his parents and
Yeah.
how much she saw that affect him. And
Mhm.
so she felt like she could speak to that pretty
Yeah.
accurately because of what she'd seen with Arthur. So I think that's probably what built like
Mhm.
that foundation very quickly because Eleanor like zoned in on it and wanted to address it like immediately type of thing. So
Yeah. I can
yeah,
see that.
that makes sense.
A good segue into your question.
Mine?
Mm-hmm. About
Which
the one
one?
I asked you.
Oh, sure, I can do that one. I did like that one too.
It kind of goes with like how you deal with Arthur and kind of like your insights into kind of
Oh
your
yeah, it
take on
was.
Eleanor.
Yeah, what inspired Eleanor in her views on business first with her
Because
family?
it just, yeah, at least for me, from the characters I've seen from you, this seems very different of a character you've played before, and especially like the whole business aspect of it. And so the way you've built your relationship with your partners and your backstory, and then how you carry her, especially, I mean, as a mother as well.
Yeah.
But just as everything, like how what inspired that, and what either if you have played something like this, what made you want to play it again, or what pushed you to want to RP into something like this?
Yeah. So that was actually sort of a consequence of the concept of the character I wanted to make, if that makes sense. So originally, before we knew what the Mishaps world would be or whatever, I had wanted to make a character who essentially had some sort of power. And at the time, I was thinking royalty, like a queen or some like nobility, who loses her power and has false narratives about her. And she has to kind of like claw her way back to that power because I liked the trope of, you know, how you have so many like stories of like, oh, I don't want to be royalty. I don't want to be in charge. I don't want to be the king, which is fine. Those are great and intriguing or whatever. But I didn't want to play that. I wanted to play someone who had power and lost it and wanted it again and had responsibility and felt like they were equipped to deal with the responsibility and they wanted it. They felt like it was their role. And so, there was the thought of, you know, that is her driving force. And then I wanted to put it like nail it home even harder by having her have a son who she has even more direct responsibility for. So it just, you know, there's nothing that could make her give up or want to walk away from an adventure. Like that would never cause her to stop. And so because of that, I had to think of like, you know, how does she function? And it felt like if you're someone who is so like sworn to your duty, to what you feel like your responsibilities are, you'd have to be like that's your focus. And and you know, really the reason why she did become so business minded is I knew I wanted her to have a son, but I didn't want her to be like heartbroken that, you know, she didn't have a husband. So I was like, how could I make it so that she's not like all the time about it? And I was like, well, maybe if she's so business focused, she just got married for that. And then it felt like that same thing of a trope of, you know, even especially in royalty and stuff, they'll be like, oh, I don't want to get married. I don't want to like expand like the kingdom or the company. Like, but what if you had someone that did? What if you had someone that was like, yeah, like I have the idea. Like, let's get married and expand this. So I was really like relying on a lot of reverse tropes, I think, just to see how it would pan out. And I have had more fun with that than I thought I would. Like to just have her like not care about certain things that most people would be like, well, what do you mean? Like why would you get married to someone and have a kid with them if you didn't care about them or whatever. So anyway,
But it's
that's
funny
where
is-
that all came from.
That's fun.
But it's funny as you flesh out a character, like makes sense for like I feel like romance would be something you should kind of be like it's kind of getting in the way. I gotta
Yeah.
It's
not serving
interesting
the
how
function.
like how
Yeah.
like that like as she's like gone on like it makes sense because it's like like I can see her being like she can care about it if it like presented itself
Yeah.
as like an opportunity to be cared about, but she's also like I'm not gonna like go out and I don't know. It's just interesting. So I think
Yeah.
it fits. It's fitting.
And even now, like as there's been some romance options popping up,
Mhm.
I am like floored by how she processes them. It's so weird. She's making lists in her head, pros and cons, analytically trying to decide what might be good or not before she would even allow feelings to enter in. Like she views things so differently than I would, I think, in some of these circumstances. So
I think it's really funny how different our character creation from Beacons was into this. I think we both chose the reverse character trope
exact
idea.
opposites. Yes.
And I remember
Yes,
even in the beginning of character creation, Mark just kept coming back. It's too close to another character. Just change it. Too close to another.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
already been taken. Sorry. I'm like, what is Rachel doing? There's like it's too near. Like, why do I have to keep changing things? And now it's really fun to see.
Because even I guess we all kind of did the opposite, of what our character was before. Whereas
Oh,
like
yeah.
I
Yeah.
am someone older and more like very too sure of themselves,
Unsure of
where
themselves.
They need to like let other people's input. I don't know. That's very interesting that we all like did.
Winnie is like the antithesis anti-Raya, 100%.
Antithesis,
She is anti-Raya, yeah.
All of us. And I guess like Ren is very not anti.
Especially how I originally was going to have him. He was going to be very like Witcher, like whatever, and like not really care about you. So like,
Which
Yeah,
is
like
a great
goofy.
segue into your question.
Oh,
I
hey,
have a question.
here we go.
Kelly
I was like,
asked
wait.
it. Do you want to just
Yeah.
ask it, Kelly? Do you remember how you worded it? I can read it if you want, but
Yeah, I think I remember how I worded it. Basically, did Dav's goofiness take you by surprise? Because it
Yes.
seemed like he was very much going in a direction, and he just kept veering into goofy, silly, and he just couldn't quite get out of it.
hated
And he just really okay. So tell us about that.
Yes. So Dav in my head was supposed to be like, if anyone's seen Mighty Nine, looking back at it, I can actually see the Caleb like similarities of like someone who has this grasp on potential and was on this path towards like power and magical like answers and just had it all ripped away. And so like not only that dramatic story, but then and that like driving him to be like, well, I don't want this to happen to someone else, but also like the continued rock bottom of no other school's letting him in, no one's giving him the time of day, like all he sees are these like people half his age casting fireballs, and he's like, that's just I've read the books, I know what I need to do, and I can't do it. And then I based on like one picture I found, which was really cool. It was just like a guy sitting in a bar, and he was like broken nose, scars on his face. He had like it was just really cool and had like magic in his hand. And I'm like, I kind of like that opposite of Ren, where it's like he's not just this like naive kid stumbling through. Like he knows what he wants, he just can't. He hasn't found the right opportunity. And so like I really wanted to come in kind of being the opposite of Ren and just being like, yeah, whatever. And like kind of that gruff like exterior because of what he's gone through. But then you guys realize, you peel him back like an onion, and here's this kid who's been crushed and who would give you the world if you just give him a slight opening and an opportunity. And then when we got into the game, Euphemia's not talking because she's going through so much stuff. Eleanor's like has such a thick shell on because there's obviously a lot of people that shut the door on her. And then, you know, Winnie's super nice, but like I think she was like the more like the emotional sunshine of the group in a way, or the heart of the group, but she wasn't there yet because she was so like worried
She's
about
just
everything, and she's very
apologizing a lot.
timid.
Yeah.
She was very,
Yeah.
yeah, and then you'd be very quiet, and so like Dav just, it was me like filling the silence sometimes, or like stumbling with how I wanted to play it, and then Eleanor and him just like I don't know, could not get along at first. And so
Oh my
I
God.
think his sassiness came out in a very joking way. And every
Yeah.
time I was like, well, I'm trying to make him cool. And also, he wasn't supposed to be hot. This is a Rachel thing. He was supposed to be very ugly and like not good looking. And she's like, I don't draw not good looking people. She's
I
like,
don't
I
draw
can't do
ugly
it.
people. Rachel's
I
number one
wanted
rule
his,
is that
like,
she only draws hot people.
Broken
Yeah.
nose and scars and just like, yeah, he wasn't supposed to be good looking. And yeah. And so like, I don't know, that all
totally agree.
changed.
To be honest.
And then I didn't want
Wait,
I didn't
really?
want
You
the
really
game.
did say that? You really didn't want to
Mhm.
make him like.
I usually just say that in general. I'll be like, I usually will say, I'm gonna make you hotter than probably what you intended for it to be.
I thought you were joking. Oh my god,
No.
you really didn't want to make.
That's a thing. Yep.
Okay, you really
No.
didn't want to make it.
I've done that a few
And
times.
thank you that you did. I love how Dab looks now. I really do. But I think when I got into the game, I realized the group does not need another closed off, gruff
Yeah.
person.
Mhm.
And I realized they need someone that like kind of pushes them into action. And this is the second time a character has kind of changed with like not in a way I didn't want it to, because one time I had a fearbolt that was like came out of the forest and he came into the city and everyone's like, ew, you're like ugly and poor. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm a merchant. I actually have money. Stop telling me I'm poor. And like, whatever, I'm the poor nature boy now. And same here. I kind of just like, I decided to just follow along with it. And I think that's why sometimes you'll see Dab get really frustrated with how people look at him. But that's part of the course. It's part of that like whole, like every door gets shut on him. So like he thinks sometimes he's more serious when he's maybe just saying a side joke to like maybe express nervousness or whatever. But yeah, so it wasn't intentional. I'm glad it happened and I'm glad where it's at. But eventually I do want to go back and play my gruff boy. So
Someday.
someday. Yeah. But thank you. It's a good question.
Yeah, it was a good question. Thank you, Kelly. Ashley, Mike asks, what's with your love with hags? Just kidding. What inspired your folklore take with Effie?
I can't take credit for that. That was Mark. I gave you like a murder mystery that was very gothic. And I went, something happened. Her sister died. I don't know what happened. Her mom's maybe crazy. You tell me. And then it was hags. And it was the best surprise. Because I'm always down for hags. So.
It's true. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
It is.
So fun.
Honestly.
But that's not just hags though too. Like Euphemia definitely has like a very like folklore-y feel to it. Was that intentional? Because like it matches your art really well too, I always think.
Oh, thank you. I feel like we figured out when we decided Circle of Dreams, that's like really Fae inspired and Fae based. And I think up until this point I didn't really know what Fae looked like in your world at all. Like we haven't done a whole lot with it, or at least I haven't interacted with it at all. So yeah, I don't know. She just kind of adopted a lot of that vibe, probably because I like it, and it worked enough with her character that I could like slide it in there. She was crafty though from the beginning, like making medicines and stuff, so that does kind of lend to that.
That's fun.
I will say her art inspires kind of how I did things for Euphemia though. Like seeing what Ashley does for art has sort of helped guide the direction, and then it's fun to see Ashley then do art of things that I put in. Like it's just a nice little side-by-side parallel thing that's going on right here.
It is fun. Awesome. Yeah, that is fun. We've been back and forth a lot on things with that.
I guess that's it's a good little follow-up question for you, Mark, because like I kind of was thinking about that when you were answering. Like the Fae in your world, is this Fae inspired because of Ash and like Euphemia's playstyle in the art, or has like your Fae always had like a, or sorry, the original question was, has your Fae been inspired in this game because of the grimdark, or is your Fae in your world always kind of been this folklore-y feel to it? Is the question I had. Sorry.
So just because of how I've homebrewed it and just kind of done my own thing with it, I needed a place to put the Fae, and the Dream Realms and all that seemed like the best place for it. Because the Dream Realm was already like a big part of a previous campaign we had, and that just fit the best in my mind with kind of the creepiness of the Fae, or like the really whimsical and dreamlike ways that some of the Fae creatures are. That felt like the best fit, so that's where I plugged them in when I was building out my universe.
And you had that before Mishaps, right? So you had it in previous campaigns in those realms.
Yeah, I've definitely fleshed it out more because of how closely it is in this campaign, but it was there prior to the campaign as well.
That's cool.
Okay, so a question just for everyone. This one's from Cheerix. What's something that happened that surprised you in the story that made you excited in a good way? And then also there's something that's what made you surprised in a holy crap that just happened negative shocked way. So we can do both, I think, if that's not too much of a question at once.
I have the good one.
Yeah, we could go good first and then we can go
Okay.
afterwards.
To be honest, I was not expecting. I don't know why I wasn't expecting. I should have been, but Vubaris, or whatever her actual name is, the demon. I was not expecting to be that, like, not, it wasn't easy, but it was like a way smoother battle than what I think I thought it was gonna be. And so that, and then the great undead dying, I think all that working out so well. I was like, okay, like I was not. I think I just
Where's the other shoe? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was very much waiting for the shoe to drop and then being pleasantly surprised when it didn't. So I'd say that's like a good thing. That's kind of surprising because I just wasn't expecting it to be that like smooth, I guess, because so many relatively small things have been tripping uphill the whole way, and so I think this was actually like a much smoother ride. So,
like, things actually worked for us this time versus
crazy.
Like any other time.
A big thing, actually panned out. Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I know mine for a good thing, because as a surprisingly good thing, was how the court case, essentially, Eleanor's court case, how that turned out. I was expecting that to have so many more repercussions afterwards, and I feel like it was almost a good thing for us. Like, not, I mean, definitely it's not great. Like, there's are repercussions, but like it opened up a lot of doors that weren't there previously, of like legitimizing our story in a way. So I think that was a very interesting course correction of the game a little bit.
And to like almost aligning us further.
Random arc too.
Mm-hmm.
And like aligning us further with Vari, even though like she didn't necessarily want to. She was like almost she had to, and so that sort of worked out in our favor better than I thought.
Now, in the same vein, I was not expecting us to lose Eleonora to the people that captured her as quickly. So I mean, it's kind of can go in the same vein right there.
Oh my gosh. I think mine, this is a little one, but in the moment it felt so big, and I think about it a lot, was when we were in the swamp and we had just landed there, and we had told the hags, no, we're not gonna go meet with you or whatever, and they sent that awful troll, and it almost TPK'd us, and it should have TPK'd us, and we had just gotten back, and I'm sitting there, I remember in the battle going, oh my gosh, we're going back to another timeline again. We just got here. No, I do not want to do this again. And then Euphemia does Dissonant Whispers, which fails, which it never fails.
They
Mark
never fail
fails
that.
the roll, and then it flees enough to not kill the people that were there, and then we kill it. And like I couldn't believe that. Oh, and Eleanor was drunk at the time too. It was just a hot mess. Like
was
we
so
all were
good.
like suffering.
There
So
were
that was a
crows.
hardcore, like, what? It worked! I can't believe it.
Oh my gosh.
Moment.
Oh, that was a good one. Yeah, I was gonna say I think a lot about like rescuing Julian 1 and him actually getting out of there and making it out and us managing to think like mostly get him to a safe place. That felt like such a huge win at the time that I couldn't believe we actually did. Even though Shadowrock was
Yes.
questionably ended, like we got him out. That felt like the biggest victory to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would think that's what I think about a lot.
It.
Mm-hmm.
Mark, did you have anything?
I mean, I think there have been a lot of good moments. I mean, I like to see when you guys have those moments in a fight that just like shift the battle in your direction. Like that's always fun to watch because I'm rooting for you guys, even though I try to kill you all. I think for me, because I get to know kind of behind the scenes stuff that's going on, and there are many elements of this game that are planned. There are many elements of this game that are random, and to see kind of behind the scenes how some of those random things work out, either to have certain things happen or change the story, is very fun to me. But I can't go into a lot of detail about those, unfortunately. But it is fun to see how some of the randomness will impact the story, and surprises me honestly, because like there's a lot of moments like, okay, I don't know what's gonna happen. I roll a die. It's like, oh, this is what's happening now, and then I have to go from there, and it's crazy how that can shift the whole campaign in a direction. But
Do you have the converse, the negative, like something that happened that shocked you that you're like, ah, in the moment?
I do. How bad Fancy Party Night went. It was so
Yeah.
insane.
That was mine too.
Oh.
Yep.
Fancy Party Night was supposed to be fun.
traumatizing.
It was supposed to be like the hot spring episode of like every anime. It was supposed to be fun and like a good time, and it wasn't. It's the opposite.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Most ridiculous turn.
We all are so good.
Yep.
We all do outfits. It was great. Yeah, it's supposed to be the beach episode. It was supposed to be the fun.
It was supposed to be our beach episode. I
It
think,
wasn't.
and defined even more than that, like in the thought of, oh no, was as it's going bad, like we can see it going bad. And I think there was the point where he was trying to get us to slap Euphemia, and we all were saying no. And then Stasstorm cast Dominate Person on us. I think all of us were like, guess Euphemia's getting slapped now, because we thought he'd waste his spell just to have us slap Euphemia.
Oh, yeah?
And it was like, tell me where Julian is. It was like, wait.
It's even worse.
I
Slapper.
Yeah.
Something really like kind of
Oh,
lame.
stop
and
it.
kind
Just
of
kidding.
rather low stakes
Oh,
turned really into
yeah,
high
that was
stakes,
like
but
a jaw-dropping moment.
Oh my gosh.
Anybody else?
Yeah, actually, I think the oh no moment for me was when we all had the most horrific nightmares in Edgefort, and then the bandits were dead.
oh.
It's like,
Hmm.
oh, for Euphemia, this is not good. This is gonna send her on a downswing that this is really bad. Like worst case. Fun as a player, but also I was concerned.
Yeah, like yikes.
There's a lot of other moments. The one that really I think stuck out for me as a player was Eleanor's first assassination, because of the
Yeah.
consequences of that. Because like I think
Yeah.
the whole time in my head I was like, oh, we're gonna win this fight. Whatever, we're fine. And then just like how quickly you went down. was like, whoa, no. And then it was like crack. It was like, oh, wait, okay. Well, maybe just a small crack. And then it was like, nope, just straight up the city.
No.
Like, oh, what the heck? So yeah, it was, and that's affected the whole game. I mean, like, and how
Mhm.
personalities have affected, like, I don't know, it's just the repercussions of that moment are still being felt. I mean, Eleanor still feels guilty about that. And it's not
Oh,
even her
yeah.
fault. Like, that's one thing Dab gets is like, it's not that we don't care, but it's like, it's not even your fault that you died. Like, you're
Yeah.
being assassinated, you know?
Yeah. You didn't
That's
want
rough.
to be
Yeah,
assassinated.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's not like you
Sign
just
up
said,
for
oh,
that.
well, all right, go ahead and kill me. I'm just going to survive in another timeline. Like,
Yeah, right. Did you think of something, Mark?
I mean, for me, I don't know if I have anything that stands out story wise that I would be like, oh, this is a bad thing. Like I feel like everything that's happened I can work with as a DM, and it still can like progress the story in a good way. I think the probably the one that's just like is when I don't write down something in the moment, and it's like 30 sessions ago and I'm not going to remember it, and then it just I want everything to connect. Like that's just my crazy DM brain is like I want everything to work out and connect and remember all the details, and I try to write good notes and it's just never good enough. So I'm like, what was this thing? I don't remember this thing. That's I always feel bad about that. That's my negative surprise of like, oh, I said that. Oops.
Yeah, didn't we just have one with Arthur?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
to be honest, though, as a player, like, you put in such effort that, like, those are very simple things that don't take the immersion out of the game for me personally. So, like, I wouldn't, just saying that, don't beat yourself up over something like that. Like, if
I mean,
it's such a huge point where, like, it should affect the player, like, the player sitting there, like, I told you about this, and, like, you're not even doing anything, like, that's different. But, like, I've never felt that with you as a DM, so just don't want you to kick yourself that hard.
I give myself a little grace being like a one-man writing crew on a
Yeah.
essentially what's like a television show or something, but it's
Essentially.
but yeah, I want to do better, but not
You're
perfect.
saying we're hiring a lore master? What? That's crazy.
What?
I mean,
For
we do
volunteering one?
cross-check. We cross-check each other fairly
Yeah.
often,
Yes.
which does help.
Yep.
For
And it's
sure.
always good when you guys catch me on maybe something I said wrong, correct it too, which is fine.
Hmm. You're good at improvising the correct answer
Yeah.
that you said earlier too. Like
Mhm.
when you connect a point, it makes sense versus I think sometimes I know at least when I've DM'd and I say I misspeak and I try to connect it, it doesn't. I just make another plot hole, but you don't usually do that. So, kind of along those lines, actually, for Mark, what is the most challenging thing about playing this game? And then for us players, what's the most challenging thing about playing this game? Because this is a challenging game to play. So, what aspects of it are challenging to you personally?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question? I apologize. I had a text come through.
No.
Okay.
Just
On your own,
kidding.
man.
It's what's the
one
most
shot.
challenging thing for you playing this
Mhm.
game? Like this game in particular.
This is a player question.
It's and Mark is running it.
I mean, I would say keeping track of everything is the most challenging part because I mean, I have a long list of NPCs, I have a lot of cities, I have a lot of things happening that you guys don't even know about, and you guys may never even know about, honestly, with how this works out. But
Hopefully.
and then times it by what 2 timelines, and
Yep.
it's it's
I was hoping
I
he'd-
know you guys struggle to keep track of stuff, and it's just like I keep track of things the best I can. I know I struggle to keep track of it all too because it's a lot. There's a lot out there, and then I like to have the timelines be distinct and have like meaningful differences between them too. And I don't want it to just be like the exact same thing if you do something in timeline 1 and timeline 2. I don't want that because I think that's kind of boring, honestly, unless it's something really simple and throwaway. But I like highlighting the difference between the two of them and making it feel like a different experience when you guys go from one encounter to the next. And I think that is a challenge at times in certain aspects to make it be a unique experience if it is a good experience.
So are we confirming 4 timelines in the next campaign?
Oh my gosh.
Who knows?
3 for campaign 3.
We have to see
It's
how,
just each new
Yeah.
we have
campaign.
to see how this one ends.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
It's true. And for players, what is the most challenging thing about playing this game for you?
Just gonna have to suffer through all the other players, man. Like, we got lotteried into this and we hate each other and we're just not friends. And kidding.
I think I've said this in some after sessions, so everyone knows this very well. But the randomness does really get to me sometimes.
It really gets to me.
A person, yeah. Like I take a lot of comfort in control and in knowing outcomes and feeling like if I do enough things right, then things won't get too bad, and that does not happen in this game. It does not matter what we prep for or how much we try to plan something. Like, it's almost like it feels like the game itself goes, oh, you're gonna plan this, we're gonna do the exact opposite of what you planned. Like,
Yeah.
every time. And I'm also playing a character that's very responsible, and her word is like really important to her and her reputation, and you know,
Every
that's
time,
shattered.
what's his name checks in.
What?
Every time Hubert checks in, it's like,
Hubert?
I'm just really sorry. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm so sorry.
I got nothing. I don't know.
There's
We
just
should
no
do
excuse I can even
anything.
offer. Like,
Yeah.
it's so funny. It's
yeah.
true. Truly, I feel sheepish and shame every time. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like your boss being like, well, have you done this? You're like, no, I'm sorry. I haven't.
Oh man. So yeah, the randomness has been difficult for me, but I do think the more it's gone on and watching the way Mark weaves the randomness into the story and watching how our characters have developed from it in some really cool ways, I'm not quite as bothered by it anymore. Like, I think I've enjoyed the outcome of the randomness, so I'm more okay with going with it, if that makes sense. It took me like a year and a half to get there though. So it was a long time, but we're here now.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to call it
Anyone
random. I'd say like my first thought was like, how wrong things can go is like the biggest challenge with like, I mean, you could heal, like the fact that spells cannot go through or like, again, hurt people or like just do the opposite, like that kind of stuff when you're in really pivotal moments and you can't rely even on your own skills and abilities, it's tough.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say like how wrong things can go. I guess that'd be randomness too, but like, yeah, it can be very like frustrating and like demoralizing sometimes. But again, it's kind of I've gotten more used to it, I think, over time, and kind of like learned to like just because there's I mean, at that point there's nothing you can do. There's just it's the dice will fall as they may. So I think that's kind of been helpful to like just kind of let it in. But it still doesn't
makes you
doesn't
immune
change
to,
the
like-
fact that
Go ahead. Sorry.
yes, it doesn't change the fact that sometimes like in battles, like something bad happens. I'm like, it's like you want to just pull your hair out because you're like, oh my god, like we planned around all these things, but everything we planned just completely fell apart immediately because XYZ happened or whatever. And so it's like because the spell didn't go through and this person didn't, it's a lot of that kind of stuff. So yeah.
And it's so much more elevated because Mark is such a good DM with battle balancing that like in our fights, every choice, every round matters. So like when you have that happen, it's a bigger effect than like sometimes like in my fights, just because I always roll so low that like no matter what I do, unless I'm swarming the field with monsters, a lot of times like me as a DM, my fights just always tend to be easier. Just because so like if you have a round or two where you got to recover, I could see it not being as big of a deal. So like it can just multiply itself. But I know for me coming into the game, I I created Dav with the thought of like, okay, things could blow up in our face and things could go bad. Like I'm gonna be okay with this in this game. Like this is the first game where I was like, Dav might not make it to the end, and that's okay for me. You know, like I'm gonna be open to that story aspect. So I've been okay with the mishaps, even like in the moment, like the Kindra teleporting. Like I hated that, I really did, but it served such a great story function that I love it because I'm always definitely the more button presser of the group for sure, and I have to rein that in when I play with you guys. But I think that's my difficulty, and that's something that I recognize. But I also like enjoy restraining, though I play the part. I think I play the part as the paralysis analysis breaker, because of the worry of all these consequences in game. I think the paralysis in this game has been tenfold what I've ever seen prior from us. Because before it's like, well, here's the best thing we could do. Let's go forward and trust ourselves. And now we're like, well, we don't know if we can trust ourselves. And there's just such sometimes worry of like things going worse that it's like, I know Dav will sometimes just be like, we've already made a decision. Like, let's stick to it. Like, this is D&D.
Yeah.
You're going to make a plan. It's not going to go well. And let's trust each other knowing to react as best we can. Because,
Also,
you
like,
know,
the character, because like I remember at least with Raya, like she was so decisive. Like I was like, yeah, I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just
he was our tiebreaker.
Yeah, and so I think like you either need a person to do that, or like the whole party has to kind of be more in like the. But all of us, I feel like, are more on the indecisive. Besides Dav, I guess now, which is
Well, there's also 4 of us, so when you get a tie, it really sucks. Like,
it really sucks. It's like,
odd groups are a little
I don't
easier to
know.
get a tiebreaker somewhere in there.
Yeah, it can be rough though, because it feels the consequences feel so heavy.
I think as a player, the biggest challenge in this one, I like the randomness because I enjoy not having to plan super far ahead. Like, we can't. It's impossible to. There's only so far ahead you can go because you really just have to see how things play out. But I am playing a character who hates the randomness so much. She hates it to the point where it's just immediate 0 to 60 rage or like defeat when things go wrong. So that's been, I think, the most interesting thing for me, because I do like to push buttons and I like things to get exciting and I like to make stuff happen as a player, but also I'm playing a character who will not and is very cautious and does not want to. The higher the stakes get, the less she wants to. So that's been really, I like the challenge of it, but that has been really challenging to balance out. I weigh that
It's
a lot.
so funny to have like Dav and Euphemia be like totally opposed from each other, but behind the scenes I can see you being like, just go for Dav.
Oh,
like I appreciate you, Dav.
Just do it. Just do it. Oh my gosh.
Like,
I'll pick you up
Ash is on my side,
floor
never
if you
mind.
do it. Yeah, it's fine.
So this question is from Princess. I think it's a really interesting one. If your character had to choose to stay in one timeline, which one would it be? That's a good one.
Oh no.
I have my answer if you guys need to think.
Okay.
Ever practical Eleonora would stay in one because she feels like that's reality. So it doesn't matter that the world is falling apart, that everyone hates her, and that Julian's in trouble. And it doesn't matter that timeline 2 is very idealized to her right now and the perfect ending essentially happened for her. None of that matters at all. What matters is what's reality. And in her mind, timeline 1 is what is reality. It's what's connected to the rest of the world. And it's what will last when the chaos is over, gone. I don't know. And she also feels like it's like where she needs to deal with her consequence, like the consequences of what's gone on. So it's the suckiest one for sure, but that doesn't matter. She would stay in one.
Interesting.
So.
I don't know why I'm blanking out. Acheral is in timeline 1, right?
Yep.
The Avatar, yeah. And Kendra's alive in timeline 1.
Yeah.
Maybe she's
two.
Okay. Well,
Definitely
maybe we don't know. But yeah. Okay. I was just making sure I had that right in my head. I was like, why am I second guessing myself? Yeah, timeline 1 for Dav as well. Just because those 2 goals are possible in timeline 1. They have been somewhat closed door in timeline 2. Though Dab's the opposite. He feels like the answers to what's going on are in timeline 2 more than 1.
Mm-hmm.
I think until recently, Effie was very evenly split between 1 and 2. She's people that she cares about in both timelines. But she would, in this moment, pick 2 because her mom doesn't have anybody else here, and she's kind of set up her parents together on the other side as best she could, and kind of helped instigate her mom's healing over there, versus there's still more to do into, and also Edison, obviously. But I think that's where she would, if she had to pick like today, that's where she would pick.
That's a really good question. Just want to throw it out there from the chat with Phantom asking, is there a possibility that timeline 1 is not actually timeline 1 or the original timeline? Oh, we've talked about this all the time.
Yeah,
Yep.
we do.
We don't know.
Yeah.
This is just what we
We have
named
no
it.
idea. We have no idea.
Yeah, I think right now Winnie would probably pick timeline 1 because it does, just because you can contact the gods in that one, and like you can kind of like, it feels more connected to like the rest of the world, I guess, if that makes sense. I don't know. I feel like
Mhm.
it's more real, even because maybe because it's breaking, it feels more real. Yeah, I think that, but not any. Yeah, more like because of that, I guess, because it's like, oh, I need to like fix it, as opposed to the more idealized one in timeline 2, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, this one's to Mark. From Let's do this one from Tim. Did you expect the Horde Hunters to lose as many times as they did?
I mean, you can only be so optimistic. You hope
mean,
not, you know.
Yes, because
Yeah.
Aww.
my games are not designed that you win everything. Like, that's just not how I
Yeah.
make games. Like, I don't want you to be defeated at the end of something, but you will lose in my campaign at times.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna happen. And I always like the stories where you have those moments that aren't guaranteed. You can lose, and I feel like it means more when you have that chance to lose. I also like when people come back from a loss and do something great with it. So I fully expect players to lose at times. I don't plan for you to lose most times. Like, there might be a narrative thing that I'll put in occasionally, but normally I don't plan a loss for you guys. It's just, how does it shake out in the end, and then how do we move forward, win or lose at the end of that. And I always like that aspect of D&D, of what happens, because I put you guys in a world where you're under leveled in a lot of ways in a lot of places.
Yeah.
It's a powerful world. You're under leveled in areas, and if you get involved in certain things, you're gonna lose. It's how it works out sometimes. But there are also times when I throw like 1/4 things at you guys, and you struggle with them too. But
Yeah.
I never know with D&D how it's gonna go. I plan.
We're not talking about the apartment.
Losses. I always plan for
The
losses.
twig that almost TPK'd us.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and take the rest of these like individual questions, and then we can just do like player questions. To Ashley, from Tim, what does Euphemia want to do after all of this is over?
It would depend so much on the actual state of how things shake out, I think. What world is left, where we are. But she definitely, I think, wants to go back to doing some of what she was doing before, like making medicines and helping people. She does really like adventuring, so I have a feeling that will kind of stay in her future. She really likes the travel aspect, just not the fighting part.
Yeah.
Hates the fighting. Can I just be a tour guide or a trail guide, potentially, or something?
There you go.
Something like that. Yeah.
Awesome. To Winnie, what's the most surprising thing you've learned about Winnie in And that's from Mike.
The surprising thing. I think originally, yeah, actually originally I kind of wanted her to never learn magic or never have that be a thing. Because I kind of liked the idea that she just tried really hard and just couldn't do something and had to go a different direction. But as time went on, I think that it kind of became obvious that, like, I don't know, A, we could use some extra healing, and B, that, like, you know, they're just kind of laying out in a way that would make sense. So I sort of, yeah, I think that kind of surprised me. I was like, oh, especially since, I don't know, I was really big on, like, at the beginning of this, I was like, I do not want to, like, multi-class. I want to just be like, I was like exactly like completely opposed, but I was kind of like in the thought of like, no, I want to just go straight monk and see how that goes. So yeah, I wasn't planning on multi-classing, but it was a bit of a surprise. But it's fun. It's been fun. I like it. And it's been necessary, honestly, because of our team.
There was like, I remember there was a moment where we were talking, you were like, what if I did do cleric? And we all kind of were like, who would it be? And we had like death as one option, and we had Dalmine, and I think we had another one. So
there's a few that I thought of as like, what if I did? But yeah, for a minute I was like, oh, it kind of seems like she's sort of going in a route of like, I don't know, it just kind of seemed like that was sort of the direction that she was going, and so I was like, I didn't expect that. That was not, didn't think that would happen. So yeah.
Mike, I'll just do two for you really fast.
How dare.
Because one is on a less serious note from Phantom. For Bardic, we all know that Dav originally decided to take levels in Artificer as a stopgap to Wizardry. What would I, Phantom, personally need to do to get you to take more Artificer levels?
$1 million. No, funny enough, I've actually, it was kind of the same thing as Kelly was like adamant that I'd be like Wizard. Like once I take the Artificer stuff, I'd be Wizard all the way. And like nothing will ever change that. And then the more we interact with Vari, I was like, oh man, Dav would be kind of cool, like going more Artificer. But like at this point in the build and with how many few levels we have left, he'd be so split build wise that it just wouldn't be beneficial. So unless I ever like backtracked down Wizard and went up Artificer or something like that, I think he's stuck in Wizard at the moment. But that would be fun. I think there's an alternative Dav out there that's Iron Mecha suiting it right now. So Gundam Wing Dav.
Ooh.
And then yeah, I'll just to get this done, Mike, on your end. For Dav, do you believe Davra will completely give in to the temptation of Akril for more knowledge, or do you believe he will ultimately refuse? That's from Tim.
A great question. I think it's very similar to the Kendra one. It's been a 60-40 thing, and it's flip-flopped over and over and over again throughout the game. I trust Mark as the DM enough to help guide the story enough where like maybe Dav will have a feeling more than the other, then it's not just a 50-50. But even if it is, I kind of still just, I love the idea of like, well, this is what we need right now and consequences we'll deal with later. So I don't know. I think at the moment, especially after Stash Room, I was like 100% it's happening. So like if he gets reminded that like he needs more power to help, our fight, I could definitely see it happening. But it would take a revelation of like he's definitely evil, or the whole party being like we don't need this risk, and really convincing him not to do it at this point. So that's where I'm at now. But again, it flip flops on a weekly basis how the game goes. So
yeah,
and we were so close to like getting answers, and then it was like taken away. That like it's not. I don't know, and I don't even know what it means. Like,
yeah,
like we had this concept of the eye and what that means, and I'm like, well, mechanically, I don't know. I don't know what it means, and I'm so curious that I'm like, I don't think I can pass that up. I'm just not. doing it story based. But yeah, we'll see. It'll be interesting. I would say more likely it happening than not, but again, I think the story will dictate that. I'm a huge, everyone knows I'm a huge person on like creating a player that can go either direction and letting the story dictate the actions of what happens. So
I will say real
never
quick,
played Knights of the Old Republic.
I am back to a previous question. That session with the fight in the cave with Kendra was a big, like, which way are we going from this point forward moment in the campaign. And there were a few different ways I thought I could go, but like we could have gone really into Dav's things right after that, depending on what happened. And then all of a sudden we swing all the way to Eleanor's thing. Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So it's
Okay.
crazy sometimes how these moments can happen.
Dav's not mad at all, but there's a little bit of like, okay, we'll do this first. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's cool. No, but like, we want to help. We're happy that Julian's
Just
safe.
for my backstory.
And he's not mad whatsoever, but it's just like so
Right.
close.
Yeah.
I mean, be no different than if like literally you saw Julian and then we got warped like before we could save him, right? Like it'd be
Oh,
that
yeah.
same exact feeling.
Mhm.
Yeah.
At your fingertips.
I have
Mhm.
yes, it's right there.
Oh, I do want a gun and wing Dav now. Sorry. I need that 3D printed right now.
I'll just do I have 3, but I'll just do them very fast because they're easy to answer. Like this one with Phantom. Being the party's unofficial treasurer, how do you think the Horde Hunters would have fared without being funded by stream raiders and their magically appearing gold? We wouldn't. That's the answer.
We'd be
We are crowdfunded.
Broke.
We're crowdfunded
Broker than
entirely.
broke.
We are crowdfunded. We would be so dead.
Talking
100%.
about that, I finally reread the wizard stuff. It's so much cheaper to buy the spells than I thought they were. I'm just saying, I'm gonna definitely ask for a spell coming up soon.
Oh,
I thought it'd be like 400. It's like only
Get it
200, so
sorted.
it's like half what it is.
Nice.
No, it's like 50 per spell level. I thought it was like way more than that. So,
Yeah.
anyways, I'm done.
I will say, as the DM though, I kind of like how this is working out because I was thinking if you guys didn't get funded more, I might have to throw in more side quest things for you to get money from. And with this, we can focus more on story elements.
Yeah,
And I like
Yeah.
that.
It is.
it's worked out
like
pretty well.
odd jobs and stuff. Yeah.
I like that. Mm-hmm.
I like that too.
I do
It's
miss
always
the
fun.
monster hunting aspect a little bit, but I do like
yeah.
us focusing on the major stuff. Like
I do kinda love it's
the
just
ink
like a-
monsters was so fun. That was one of my favorite missions we have ever done.
Yep.
It is
Maybe
kind of
because we
funny that at this
succeeded.
point. I'm so sorry. Your camera's frozen on my screen,
Oh, my
so
bad.
I don't know you're about to talk. and
No,
then I
I'm done now. It's fine.
I'm sorry.
Over and out.
And ironically,
No, but
the,
yeah, but-
the
and-
shot
oh,
that you're
I'm
stopping. the screen that you're froze on is that you're about to talk, so it's extra
Oh.
confusing.
There's a little dab now for you guys.
Oh my gosh. So and then Mike asked, has it been harder or easier playing a more serious, mature character over someone like Karis who could easily switch emotions? No, Eleanor is easier for me to play because I feel like I can keep track of the game better and I have reasons to like I can say, guys, we should do this and speak with more authority than a 17-year-old kid that like can't read, you know? And that was really challenging for me to play a kid and for out of
Interesting.
character for me to be like, we need to be doing this, but I can't have Karis do that. And like, how would that work? The 17-year-old bossing these grown adults around. Like it was
I think she kind of
confusing.
did. Ren was like, okay.
She did, but I had to hold back. Like it could have been unrealistic if I would have done.
There were a lot of times you'd have the other two like go back and forth until make a
Yeah.
decision. That's interesting. Do you have more
So
fun with one over the other? Because like you play a lot of characters like that.
I have more fun in the downtime with someone like Karis, where I can just cause chaos. I have more fun though in the serious moments playing someone like Eleonora, because
Interesting.
I can do more risky things and, say what I need to in a succinct and composed way and feel like I can get things done. So it kind of just depends on the situation. But I did love playing Karis though. I miss being crazy, but I like playing this too. And then the last one, Kelly asked, kind of added on, okay, what do you, Rachel, ship more, rock husband or desert husband?
Well, there's the question.
There's a question. Here's your ship question.
And we're going to
I don't-
break.
Bye. I don't want to answer. Just kidding. I don't know. That's my answer. I kind of mentioned this earlier, but Eleonora is so analytical before her heart. And I think Perceiva mentioned something about Zydron in one of their conversations, and she was like, you don't note it. Like, why do you think he's helping you? He doesn't know you. Why else would he help you? And that was like a giant wake-up call for her to be like, oh, people might be helping me not just because they're like a good person, but maybe there's like something more there. And she'd been thinking about that for a few different people and not really sure why. And so I feel like I'm just now having her enter into, maybe this wouldn't be a bad thing. Maybe this could be a really cool thing. But when it comes to both of them, they're in timeline 2, and in her head, it doesn't feel like timeline 2 is going to last. So it's hard for me to imagine her giving her heart to either of them because they're not, like, she doesn't even know if they're real. And why would you give your heart to someone you don't even know is real? Which she would never say that out loud because poor Effie is in this exact situation.
Right.
But that's kind of how she thinks. So, and she feels really guilty about killing Zydron. So there's kind of that's still hanging over her head. So honestly, like I was telling Mark, I feel like I have a few options for her romance-wise that I could see her going in directions, but I don't know how that will go. And I feel like she's gonna make her decision when the time comes. And I have no idea. I see possibilities for at least 3 people. But
Yeah.
I don't know if any of
Who's
those
the
will happen
third?
or not. I'm not gonna say. Kelly,
It's secret.
it's secret.
Hey, sorry, she's eating my coffee cake.
No.
Coffee cake here. Now wait, am I dumb? Hold on,
Everyone's
nothing.
yelling at Rach now.
I'm sorry.
I think I could
Is
guess.
it Ira?
Is it Ira?
Yes. It's
Yes.
Ira. She has, and Huneric. It's all of them. She could
Why do you
get
think
with
Hunter keeps
anyone.
messaging her?
Been a
He
lot
has
of
a
attention
crush
to her.
on you, obviously.
Oh my god. So funny. All right. Oh, Stastrom, you got it.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Oh
kidding.
my god.
We do joke, what if we shipped them though? It's been like a joke this whole time. Okay. This is to everyone. Oh, I already did this one. I gotta erase it so I don't accidentally read it later. All right. This is for everyone. Mark included is just who you're playing. Who is your favorite NPC and why? Multiple people asked that one.
I want to say Vari, but like, I haven't interacted with her enough. Igden's a really second close one on that one.
Who'd you say? Who's your first one?
Me? Vari.
Yeah. Vari. I love Vari.
She's really
Yeah.
fun. I just feel like I wish there'd be like longer interactions with her. Sometimes it feels like a whirlwind of like, get in, tell me what you want, okay, get out, boom, slam the door. And you're like, she's amazing. But like,
yeah, she's busy.
I want to peel the onions back a little bit. So like if Dav could ever get her to slow down, I think that'd be a huge growth moment. And I think she would instantly become one of my favorite NPCs. But Igden was so interesting to me. It frustrated me the directions it went and how stubborn he was. So
Anybody else?
Favorite NPC. I did like Perceiva a lot. I thought she was super useful and
Mhm.
cool, and
Oh, and Death. So he's not really NPC.
yeah.
He's like family at this point. But like,
Family.
Does that feel
He's
like an
just he's
NPC?
Mark's PC at this point.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
He is.
Oh, I could not stand Japnot. I'm sorry, Silver.
Aw.
What?
I'm gonna
He's
stand
so
Japnot.
nice.
Doesn't like Jap now.
No, I
Why do you
couldn't.
not like him?
He's so annoying to me.
Like
Why?
offended.
I know. You guys are like so about him, and I was like, okay, fine. Like, can we just let him die? Like, can we just let him go?
Did you forget how
no.
nice he was to us?
Yeah.
was-
Well, he redeemed himself later, but like, yeah, he just Not
It
someone
was
that-
like we thought he was annoying when we thought he was an old man, and then we realized he was like 18 years old. And then we're like, oh, never mind. This makes
Oh.
sense. It's all good.
A young guy just
Some-
hated.
Uh,
Oh my gosh.
wait, who answered? Mike did.
I did.
You did. Do you want to
mean,
answer, Effie?
I like.
Sure.
Oh, go for it.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I feel like almost every time we have a length of time we get to interact with an NPC, I'm like, this is my new favorite NPC because I just love them
Yeah, that's
so
true.
much. I have a lot of
Mhm.
favorites. I would say for sure though, Edison, Ram, Vari, top 3 for sure. Because I'm always delighted every time we get to interact with them. But I love them all.
so who was the third? Edison, Vari, and who?
Ram.
Ram.
Ram. Okay.
Every time Ram comes in, like, yes!
Yeah, she's here.
I never know what to expect, and I love it.
Lucky.
I also I just like a lot of the NPCs because I mean I made them, so they're fun, and I know more details than you guys know about them, and so there's a lot of them I like and enjoy. If I had to pick maybe one that like I think it would be fun to do something with as a player in the future, I think a character like Zydron would be super fun to play for me. I think he would be
yeah.
a good
Yeah.
time. And I mean, honestly, like
Would.
Resivin and Revenant's Wake that I play, like there's similar vibes to
Mhm.
them in a way.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it's like similar vibes, different type of build. But so I like Zydron. I think Vari's very fun to play too.
He's
And
great.
I mean, I like being villains because villains are fun. So talk about any of the villains, I'll like those. But yeah, it just depends on the moment, I think. But those will probably be my top ones to play. Besides, I mean, I like when Death shows up. That's always fun.
Mhm.
So it's a good time.
Lucy, he always will have my heart.
Always. She's
Lucy
so
is
good.
his NPC crush. So
I love Lucy.
loves her.
Um,
Yeah.
So good.
And who doesn't? I mean, come on now. So cool.
She's amazing. Oh my god.
Wow.
Wow. Yeah, my favorites, yeah, I can never pick one. Yeah, Death obviously has been a favorite of mine for a long time. Whenever he shows up, I get really excited. I do love Lucy, especially just she's so sassy and unbothered, and
good.
I just love that for her. And she I kind of have loved how she's kind of become work besties with Eleonora and gives her all the tea about Death and stuff that he clearly doesn't want her saying. But like now we know all this extra stuff. So I love that. And I Julian, just like you've done a really good job with him. He seems like a kid, and he's a
Mhm.
huge nerd, and he's sweet, and he's everything I envisioned that I would want him to be like. You make him like that. And so that's been really fun to have him involved to the capacity that he is. Marky. I think she means, so I think what she means is encounters. D asks, what have you most enjoyed setting up for everyone? I think she might mean an encounter or a quest or something. Take that as loosely as you want.
I like setting up everything for your guys' stories, because I mean, I try to pour in a whole bunch of fun stuff into all of your stories and what can be done with them. And I mean, you guys are all my friends or family, and I want to do special fun things for you guys as we do this. So like I try to pour my whole heart into them and give you something cool. So every time we do like a Dav story or a Euphemia or an Eleanor or a Winnie story, like those are always ones I've thought a long time about. The side quests I think a little less about, but like the ones about your guys' stories, I've thought a lot about all of those stories and how to make them fun. And yeah, when we did our in-person session, I had a ton of fun setting that up and thinking about what we could do for that and like the build up to it to like get to the point where we could be in person and plan that out like time wise, because we had 1 week we could do it because that was the only week that everyone could be in town. And so that was fun to set up too. Yeah, sure. I loved doing.
That was so fun too.
That was a lot of fun.
So Mark Songs had an interesting question. If you could swap, and this is for us players, if you had to swap characters with another player for one session, whose character would you pick? Roleplay and abilities. What would you pick?
I pick Euphemia because I love druids, and also I don't know. I think that her story is super interesting, and I think I could like, I don't know. I'd want to like see how that goes for me. But no, I
Dose of melancholy for you.
Yeah, that I love druids. I love like the folklore. Like I love the like whole vibe of her. So I think that would be really fun.
Are we talking about player swapping or like Freaky Friday, like our like dabs in someone else's body?
No. Like you would
okay.
play the character,
Gotcha.
personality and abilities and all. Yeah.
Can't say Winnie.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
I think Winnie would be really fun. Yeah. I enjoy her build and how she, I think, is such a motivation for the group in such a little way. Like she doesn't have to have these like grandiose moments, but like I think the three of them would be devastatingly sad and depressed without Winnie. So like
yeah,
she's a really fun character to have in the party.
It is fun too to play two very like I feel like my monk, or right now at least, my monk and cleric things are quite different, and they're like they overlap a lot, but it's like deciding which role to take. It's like kind of fun to be like, all right, which one am I taking? So that's like it's kind of fun to like play in battle and stuff too. So.
Mm-hmm.
It's good time.
Do you have one yet, Dash?
I think I would try Eleonora. I think it would be fun to play a character that talks all the time because Euphemia really does not like to talk. So it'd be fun and it'd be really hard for me, but I think I would enjoy it. And I like playing Warlock, so that would be fun.
I also would pick Winnie because I love me some clerics and I love Dalmanet, and I think it would be interesting to try and combine monk with a class like cleric that I know so well. So, and I don't know monk at all, so it'd be fun to like play her in a battle or something. So.
Yeah, it's fine. Dab's fine. No one wants to be here.
I know, no one picked me. Okay.
We'll find that.
Honestly, if you were pure wizard, I would pick that.
Yeah.
But artificer wizard multiclass sounds like a nightmare to play. No offense.
That was exactly my thought. I was like, I don't even know what I do. I'd be like, okay, I don't know how to do this. So
And honestly, the way
you would die though.
The way I built it doesn't affect anything except that he can punch with his intelligence. That was kind of the whole point. So like, he basically is a wizard with gauntlets that can punch. Like that was the whole point. Well, if I can't cast spells quickly enough, at least I can punch until I can. So.
do we need to take a break? Does anyone need to take a break for a couple minutes before we?
Just like super quick couple minutes. Yeah.
We
I
can take
will
a quick break.
eventually, but yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay. All right, let's do that then.
All right. Let's
And
head
we'll
over
be
to-
back in like 5 minutes or something.
Yeah.
Stick around.
Stick around. Break screen time. Here we go. Hi everyone, we're back, and we're here for the second half of our Q&A. Rachel has more questions. Rachel, who you want to have pick? Want to pick for a question this time?
Let's do one to everyone. Phantom and Mark Songs asked this one. And this applies to you as a DM, Mark, and us as players. What's the biggest individual choice you think you regret making, either in character, combat, roleplay, or otherwise? And do you think you would have done anything differently if you could?
Tough question. Tough
Uh.
questions.
Sorry.
What's going on over there?
My cup literally
I'm sorry, can you
split in
say
half.
biggest regret? Is that what you
Oh,
said? I got lost thinking and now I forgot the question.
Yeah, it's like, what's your biggest regret as you've played the character, whether it be making a move in combat maybe, or like a role-playing decision or anything like that?
Mhm.
And like, would you have done it differently if you could?
I know I've had combat regrets, but I can't think of any at this moment. I don't think they were big enough that I care, but I know I had a few in the beginning of the game that I like really kicked myself for. Story-wise, for me, I think it's letting Igden get killed. It's been a big
That's
regret.
rough.
Oh, it's been really rough.
That was
I don't
sad.
think it wasn't intentional whatsoever. So like the repercussions really suck.
Was it murdering a cat in
Yeah,
all
what about
caps
that
from
cat in
Princess?
Northport?
Yeah.
Yeah, what about that?
Look, I don't blame myself for that one. The DM set that one up with the mishaps, all right? That's not on my blood.
Actually, I think I know my biggest regret. Like our biggest regret, I guess, or yeah, was not sleeping in the same room that night you got killed in
Yeah.
Heaven's Reach. Because honestly,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
would have think about the chain reaction that set off was insane.
Yeah.
So like if we would have all been more careful during that would have been could have saved thousands of lives and lots of trouble. So
Yeah.
I agree.
Pretty sure that was a dab
Yeah,
thing
I
as
think
well,
about
so I
that a lot.
apologize.
that we didn't need. I don't remember that.
No, it was
I'm pretty sure
Eleanor.
Dab
She was
pushed
like,
for it,
I
but-
needed
Oh,
alone
was it
time,
Eleanor?
okay?
Okay.
Get out
Yeah, I
here.
was gonna say, I
She
don't
went
remember
by
any.
herself.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Then you take the
That was
go.
Eleanor, I call.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay,
She
good.
definitely. Yeah.
I don't know. I saw this on another video where everyone's like, they're like, yeah, because every adventuring party ever has to live in the budget room on top of each other in the same room. And I'm like, yeah, I feel the same way. Can we just have our space sometimes when we sleep? Like, and everyone's like, no, safety. I'm like, okay, but in real life, I'd be like, all right, I'm getting my own room.
D&D parties have zero trust. Like that's just how it works out.
Oh yeah. Do you have anything? I'm still thinking.
Stastrom interaction might have been one that would have gone
Yeah.
differently if we had maybe gone into it differently. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I always have those moments where it's like, I wish I spent more time describing a scene, something. Like, I always have those regrets after sessions because sometimes I feel like I don't say enough because I'm not somebody who likes to talk and talk and talk forever and lots of words. I usually try to keep things pretty succinct and simple, but there are moments it calls for maybe a little more description and a little more drawing out a moment, and I usually regret those in the end.
I think your map making though has made up a huge difference of that.
Mm-hmm.
Because now it's an environment we get to play around in and see, or even the whiteboard during the sewage
Yes,
days was really fun.
good old whiteboard.
Oh
you
yeah,
answer?
no, the snail fight. We should have won that. We should just bum rush.
Yeah.
We should have bum rushed in there.
That whole
Now that
thing
I'm thinking
was a
about it.
string of regrets.
Yeah. We should have bum rushed in there, won the fight, and been over with it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think.
Oh, go ahead. I still think I agree with Kelly with not sleeping in the same room that night that Eleanor got assassinated, because there was just so much going on that we probably should have been more careful at the time, but we weren't totally like, the risk hadn't fully set in yet of what was going on.
Yeah.
So a lot of the things that I wish we would have done differently, like I don't think we would have in the moment either. Like some of it's like you don't know until the other side of it, so I don't really regret it either because things turned out how they were going to turn out.
Maybe running away from the green dragon instead of trying to fight it. But we wouldn't know
Yeah.
at the time.
We tried to run away. We tried to sneak past
you
it.
guys would
Yeah.
have had some trouble getting
Didn't work.
past that dragon.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We tried to run at one point too, and that also didn't work. So it's just like, you know, I mean,
It's a little too
sometimes things
late.
just
Yeah.
happen. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think mine are kind of similar of just like it feels like there's been times like the dragon or the assassination or even well, that one's a little different, but like even like Illuminance being like, "Hey, you want to go save your brother?" And she was like, "Sure." Oh, wait, I regret this so much. So like all of that stuff is in the like when it happens and the shock of it goes on, I am kicking myself for not listening to the hints better or not anticipating what the story's going to be, but I don't know if we would have known cuz like I don't think Eleanor thought that there'd be straight up assassins in Heaven's Reach at the time. I don't think that had even we didn't even know that was a thing. And then with the snail, we were playing adventures that didn't know how to adventure or how to be stealthy. So like we didn't know any of that. Illuminance did not really say, "I'm going to kill you so you can go back to your brother," or else Eleanor would have answered different. So I do though. I definitely have those moments though in the like I think I made like the wrong choice and I regret
Yeah.
it. But usually Mark like will kind of shape the story so that it
Mhm.
still works and it became something cool anyway. So
I have an interesting reverse answer to that. One moment that I feel like most people think I would regret that I actually don't is Dav's last conversation with Kendra before, like when they left the spring.
mhm.
The way that went out. I as bad as it went, I still think Dav the way that moment played out, Dav, I'm glad he expressed his emotions in the time because I just think that's I don't know. I think that was important for him to express that he's just as hurt by things. So by her actions as well.
Yeah.
Even though it probably didn't help anything whatsoever.
I do think in the moment there's stuff in combat where I'll have a turn, I'll be like, oh no, I really wish I would have done this, you know. But the beauty of it being a team game is that then other people can come in and help make up for the fact that maybe you should have made a different choice, or you could have, but it's like a lot of times we catch each other, I think, when it could have gone a worse way. So that's a fun way to see the synergy at work in real time. It doesn't end up being an actual like, you know, super devastating break. It can make things a little tight for a minute, but like thankfully we all are kind of watching and looking out for each other, and that's fun.
Definitely one of the more tactical groups I've worked with.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We've had to
Yeah,
be.
it's super fun.
Okay, this is for Mark. You can answer this if you want to. If you don't, that's okay too.
Okay.
But it's for like it's intended to be answered for someone else or like about someone else. It's from D. What's your favorite spell or move another party member has used? Like in a battle or something.
Hard to remember all these specifics.
I know it's been a long campaign.
Yeah.
I
got one from recently. I liked when Dav Vortex worked Perceiva on the wall. That changed so much for us.
That was great.
That was such a cool moment. And then Eleonora, that was fun.
I feel really bad because like I keep on trying to think of someone else's moves and Dav's like, yeah, bro, mine's the coolest. Like Bro, remember that
He has a
moment?
lot of cool
Hey,
moves.
you know the vortex
cool
move?
it
That was
was.
pretty dope.
There's a lot of creative stuff.
He loves magic. Yeah, he just. I think Eleanor's shadow has Spirit Shroud or Shadow or whatever it is has made such a huge difference. It's really cool how she can like tank an enemy or like manipulate. I think that's just you, Rachel, period. But like the way you battlefield manipulate, I think is like amazing. Like I always strive to pull off things like that. And it's like even Karis used to do that. She like split the field and be like, how'd you think of that? Like
Oh yeah.
so like you do the same thing with that, or like what was the recent fight with Arthur, and like the way things were blocked off was just like, okay, yeah, we can work with this. And it's just like, I don't know, it's just very subtle ways that Eleanor will set things up, even though she has to stick back. I think it's really, really cool. You do a really fun job with that as a player.
Thanks. And that means a lot to me because I really didn't know what to do with Eleanor as a warlock at the beginning of the game. I'd never played the class and I felt like her moves were lame. So
Also, you rolled really bad at the beginning. I don't
and I
know
rolled
why
really bad.
it
You're
was
right.
not working
Yeah.
out very well at the
Yes.
beginning.
I think that when we had that, there are a lot of like awesome moves. One of which I said earlier with Euphemia's Dissonant Whispers, getting the troll away, like that was
gonna say
crazy.
that.
But also, I think when Winnie finally got her bubble, I don't know what to call it.
I just called the bubble. Yeah.
The bubble, yeah, like that
Bubble.
was such a game changer. I think the first time she used that was when we had the undead fight, or maybe it wasn't
Yeah,
the
I
first
think
time.
so.
She used
Mhm.
it, but
I think it was the first time.
It was
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
yeah, Grave Robbers maybe.
yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that one.
It just, I don't know. It was so cool and
It changed the fight.
hardcore. Yeah, and it just made things really like
Winnie's
more
just
versatile. I guess it just felt like a game changer, if that makes sense.
Winnie's whole
really
cleric
nice.
dip and bubble, especially though, like it's taken so much stress off of
Well,
Euphemia and Dav for sure.
not
Like,
having a
it's-
full
helps.
healer has been like, so like I think all like two of us being like part healer wasn't even so like three of us being part healer is like, okay,
Yeah,
there we go. Now we
finally
like
did it.
Yeah.
we can finally,
It
think,
makes
um,
me so that I can actually do hits too instead of having to waste a whole action to do healing hands on someone
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yes,
But anyway.
that was
true.
huge.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also fun, I think, looking back and seeing how Euphemia you'd come up with some of these moves where like a misty step to your sparkle, or like, like moving to a spot just so you could set up your next heal plus like, like whatever move, or like going into a wild shape just to be able to like know that in 2 turns we're gonna need more heal. I don't know, like just watching the tactical utility of knowing you guys are doing that and be like, okay, I'm gonna take 2 turns, I'm gonna punches in, and then Dad's gonna get out, and then knowing you're gonna come in, like without even having to say anything. It's so cool to like have these movements in the game where like so many other games you like set up the piece and then they just sit here and go back and forth until someone falls. And it's like, I don't know, the dynamicness of our characters, I think, in the moves that they do. I think it's a very subtle thing, but it's something I don't skip on. So it's really cool.
I love that.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a moment specifically, but yeah, I was gonna say I think that like all of our like support versus like attack, like I feel like all of us have to play different roles at different times, which I remember I told one of my D&D friends like what our classes were as a party, and he was like, what were you guys thinking? Like, are you nuts? I was like, yeah, I mean, it's not exactly the most, he's like, it's like a bunch of weaklings. I was like, yeah, we're not, we have trouble with that. But I think because of our weaknesses though, like it's made us all play support versus like then letting some people attack. And like, I think that like dance is always kind of like fun to watch us all sort of figure out now and like how we operate in that. So I don't know if it's like a move, but like I do like it when in the battle when one of us like all right, we start moving like, and we've gotten the hang of it now, where I think we all can kind of like balance it a bit better than we
Mhm.
were able to in the beginning. So
Mhm.
Agreed.
If somebody's having a bad fight too, like you kind of know that everybody else is going to
Right,
come
back
in
it
and
up.
we can
yeah.
coordinate a little bit. It's fun to
Mhm.
watch that. I love it.
That was my concern in the beginning of the game, not the mishaps. Was like, I don't think this group can
Yeah.
fight a boss ever.
We
Like,
can't take any.
Mark, you're gonna have to
to.
you're gonna have to give us some NPC help or like nerf some people because this is not gonna go well.
Yeah. Now you guys work together very well, so I think each one of you has kind of your own moments that really shine and come through for the party and win the battle.
Or know when to lift up the other player to have that moment, which I think is so
Yeah.
cool.
Yep.
You,
Yep.
Like you said,
go,
that vortex stuff was like, okay, I'm not gonna be able to do anything after this, but this is gonna get you guys in the place where you need to be and perceive a clean house.
Yeah.
Oh,
Great.
so
So good.
cool. Yes.
Really quick too, this is a somewhat different answer, but like going back to a little bit what Kelly was talking about multi-classing, so it kind of latches onto the end some of this. It's really fun to see the difference between multi-classing and full classing in Mark's game, because I've never noticed my lack of not going single classing before until I think more recently. And so that's why I'm like super excited to see what that might look like, maybe in a future game. But like, I don't know, I've always thought of how wide my character can go, how like, skillful he can be in different ways. So like, but you're always find yourself falling behind power scaling at times. So yeah, it's really interesting to watch you guys either embrace the single classing or multi classing for different reasons, and then how it fits into the group. So it's been really fun.
Yeah. So this one's to everyone. Tim asked this. I think it's kind of a fun one. When the campaign first started in episode 1, what was your original thoughts on where the campaign would go?
Hmm.
I definitely thought it was gonna be we're starting a Monster Hunter group and
I was
doing
gonna
Monster
say,
Hunter missions. And
I thought we'd at least get through a
that's
few of
it.
those, but I didn't. We really didn't. Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking at least he'd start that direction, maybe change, but it never even.
Really
It
got
tried to
off,
go
one
there,
yeah.
but didn't
mission.
really.
Yeah.
uh,
2, I guess.
We never
Yeah.
really
We
got off the
tried.
ground there.
Yeah, we tried.
Same. I thought the world was gonna be more populated than it is. Not that it's not. I mean, there's definitely cities to go to, but like sometimes they're more further out from each other than I originally thought. I think it's because we started in a big city, so it's like, oh, there's gonna be so many big cities like this, and there's really only a few. But then I also thought, I don't know why I thought we were gonna be like buried in gold and magic items, and we're not. I was like, so, but we went into a store where they're everywhere. We could walk in and steal from them and like have more. And no.
Nope.
So that's been a big change too. It's just how little gold or magic items we have at this point too. So not in a bad way, but like just in a expectation ways.
I think it threw me off too how much people hate us. Because like I knew I was gonna play a character that people wouldn't like her. So I was prepared for that, but I kind of thought the arc would go from you start being hated and then you earn the respect from people and then they like you. And I remember even Mark mentioning something to me after Beacons was done because I was like, wow, Beacons, like the city hated us. And you said something like, yeah, I think kind of what I'm envisioning for this new campaign is like, the Monster Hunter thing comes with some respect or, and some notoriety.
Never monster hunted.
And yeah,
If
and then
we
we
could
did
get it off the
Monster Hunter, and
ground,
now
like-
we're more hated than when we first started. So
Yeah.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
It's fun though. It's drama. We love it.
For me, I mean, I didn't know exactly where the campaign was going to go even at the start. I just kind of we're going to set off on this journey together and see where it takes us. And I had originally planned for more like monster hunting type adventures to take place. Like I had a whole list of quests like listed up and ready to go, and I just felt like we got such a slow moving start that we never really hit stride with the monster hunting side of things. So at that point, I kind of shifted more into pushing more of the general plot rather than being maybe you guys directed, but more like me directed on what things went. Because I just think it was a little slow at the start, and maybe like the new group dynamic being 4 and all of that kind of made it a little difficult to find that groove initially and make decisions. Because I think there's always that like we're all nice, we like each other, we don't want to step on each other's
Yeah.
toes type of thing. So like we don't make decisions because we don't want to make somebody else upset with our decisions.
Yeah.
So I just had to step in, I think, a
Right.
little bit as the DM and just like, well, we're gonna do this plot now and push things forward a little bit, which shifted it from monster
Mhm.
hunting into more of a dealing with the mishaps type of a thing. But I think
Mhm.
it was an okay shift. It wasn't really a bad thing. Just changed the tone of the overall campaign.
Mhm.
Mhm. And I think it fit more, honestly,
Yeah.
for like
Yeah.
a horror game. Like
Yeah.
It
having
gave more
literally like
direction,
you
which
destroying the
helped.
world and everyone hating you is a
Yeah.
pretty big horror.
Yeah.
Those were really bad monster hunters, guys.
That was kind of how we got here. Yes, we were pretty
Yeah.
bad
Yeah.
at the tryouts.
So many jobs we thought we got done and they're not done. We had to pay people back for our work.
The failed job. How embarrassing.
Yep. Anybody else?
I thought we were gonna do a lot more of the side questy stuff too at first, because that was sort of what we had originally said for the concept of the game, and then it went to like big drama plot points pretty quick. Like
Mhm.
when things picked up, they picked up fast, and I was like, oh wait,
Mhm.
actually, this is really interesting because this isn't what I expected at all. So
Yeah.
it's fun though.
So Princess asks the players, I'm trying to think of how to word this because she has 2 questions, but they kind of go on. Okay. So number 1, who is your character's personal nemesis?
Eleonora.
And number 2, what weirdly specific curse would your character most wish on their nemesis? Like stubbing his toe every time he gets up, or a pillow warm on both sides, etc.
Interesting.
I know. Sorry.
Go ahead. Yeah, no, you.
I would say oddly, I feel like. Wait, I'm sorry. It's for the player or for my character? My character's
Your
worst enemy?
character.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like Stastrom is her like nemesis. I was gonna swear. I'm sorry. I was gonna say. I think he's like her nemesis. And because he's like. I feel like he sort of is like everything that she's against. Like he's like manipulative and slimy and self-seeking, and like where she values like honesty and like even if like people were like more honest about their like, I don't know, he's just very manipulative, and she doesn't like the sort of underhanded like, I don't know, it grosses her out. I think specifically in a way that she hasn't really encountered before, and so she feels very like personally by it. It's like oddly civic punishment. I would say negative like 5 Riz on Stastrom. So he just has 0 crit. He's so like people do not find him charming. He can't manipulate anymore. He's like bumbling through his words. Like that would be, I think, a good punishment.
So good.
People like snicker when he talks.
They're like he like stutters and everything. He's like, and like says like the wrong thing, and it's like embarrassing.
Can they
He
send
trips while he's like trying to say something. I don't know. It's something funny.
Can your nemesis send a proportionate negative effect back to you then?
No.
No, because
Oh,
okay,
no.
it just goes one way.
part of it.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's anonymous curse delivery. You don't get to find
That's
out.
how they
There we
became
go.
the nemesis
Yeah.
in the first place, is that they've
Yeah.
they've cursed their lives.
For real.
I would say Eleanor is too afraid of Stastrom to view him as her nemesis at the moment.
Interesting.
But like she's almost too afraid to even feel hatred for him right now. It's just like he has too much of a hold over her at the moment. So I'd say Illuminance is her nemesis currently, because of he like nuked her life, essentially. Weirdly specific curse would be oh man, I don't know. What would Illuminance hate? Every time he takes a soul, it goes to Acacius. Stupid.
that or like
Like he thinks it's gonna happen and is like, no, oh dang it, oh another one. You just
what
can't
if
do it.
it's like he's trapped inside the body of like a really cute little cat or like puppy or something. He can't do anything. So he has like the brain of like Illuminance, but he
Yeah,
can't
the
do
Luminance.
anything. And so I've
That's
always thought that
better,
about
maybe
B.
that
I'm like,
one.
I feel like B is like an evil queen who got like cursed and trapped inside a little cat body.
Trapped in a...
And so she's like angry and frustrated. She's like, I know that I can be evil.
I know I
I
could
think
do
that'd be
more
good.
than this.
I'm meant for more. These fools.
Oh my God. Effie's is still the hags, because we're not done with them.
Checks out.
I don't know that this is oddly specific, but she has really wished that we could like hold them, like hold person them and force them to watch us slowly unravel everything that they've achieved and
Mhm.
like heal the world and bring people back that have been destroyed, and she would like them to watch their own undoing. It's not like oddly specific, but it is very
Maybe
specific. Just thought
if
of
we
it.
want to do oddly specific, it's they're on
Yeah.
a hold person where they watch Effie have just a great date with Edison. Like
Yeah, there you go.
they just have
Yeah,
a nice
they have to
day,
watch her
like
be.
with no. Yeah.
Oh,
They're so happy, and they keep talking about how they won over the hags, and they
Yeah,
can
yeah.
move forward now because they got rid of those dumb hags. Who needs them?
Holding hands, no holding hands. I can't look
No.
away.
Look at how much they're enjoying this with no trace of suffering in sight.
No.
That
The worst.
is
Did you
a
have
tough one for
Mikey?
Dav.
Yeah.
So he doesn't really have like a per se nemesis
Mhm.
because it's all like circumstance. But I was thinking about this. For Dav, in a way, his nemesis would be Igden because he still sees Igden as the catalyst to what led to his family dying. So I think he would love to have cursed Igden with ADHD to where he couldn't follow through with any of his missions and forgets to send them off. And like, you know, maybe just report the cult to the Watchlight or something, dude, and like maybe not take it into your own hands. You know, that would have been nice. I could visit my parents in jail instead of like at the grave. I don't know. It's tough because it's not that I hate Ignan by any means. He's not like an evil nemesis, but I mean, yeah, it's a complicated one.
Love it though. Good question, Princess. I can see why
Yeah.
Idkin would be it though. Yeah.
I mean, Stashram obviously overall is like definitely a bad guy, but he's just not a nemesis at this moment. Yeah, like you said.
Yeah, he's almost too powerful to feel like that
Too
at
big.
the moment.
Yeah.
He doesn't feel too big. I mean, Davs definitely has Stashram like on the kill list at the top or like in the stop list of like, because he also feels like Stashram hasn't done anything to stop any of these other things like Vuvaris or, you know, what's happening. So.
Okay, to Marky, since we just did a player question, we did just talk about Stastrom. So you answer this however you want, Mark. D asked this. What does Stastrom do on a daily basis? What does his typical week look like?
He's currently preparing curses for Winnie and Dab specifically, and he's going to make sure that their lives are miserable after.
Said he's not a nemesis yet.
To-do list.
I mean, he's busy. He's got a lot of stuff going on for him.
He's busy.
He's a busy guy. I don't know how much detail I can get into with stuff, but he's got stuff in the works.
Volunteers his local food pantry. He helps all the
Yeah,
kids.
does he
in the
donate to
neighborhood. He was,
charity?
Of course.
He's
Only
a big
expired
brother,
food.
yeah.
You
for the Big
guys
Brother
hating him
program.
is like you guys hating Mother Teresa. So just saying.
There we go. He's a great person.
Yeah, okay.
Whoa. The picture.
Shiv
of
wants to know, what is
morality.
his hair routine?
Ah, that's a good one.
Prestidigitation.
Easy. Magic.
True.
Magic, yeah. Oh my gosh. Let's see. I'm not if you already answered this, then let me know. But I feel like I've only heard it maybe from Winnie, and that it was a little bit of like a level up situation. But I asked this. How has your character grown in ways that surprised you? And if so, how? It could be good or bad either. Like, grown doesn't have to be a positive thing.
I can easily answer this because I think about this probably the most with Dav. Dav is way more patient than I ever thought he'd be. I pictured him to be I'll go running first and take the consequences, or I'll touch the pink magic, and if I lose an arm, I lose an arm. We learn something. And I just don't think Rachel could ever play in a game with that chaotic of a character and get away with it. So that changed a bit. And I'm happy for it. I think it's led to a lot better moments. As well as what surprised me with the growth with Dav is I think he was very much black and white with his viewpoints prior, especially like to the gods and to who he blamed and how small his world was when he started. And now he's not even mad at the gods anymore. Like, he's very supportive of them in a lot of ways, which is really, really weird to how adamant he was in the beginning. And just he
He's
sees
chilled
things
out
in
a lot.
he very much sees things in very gray now versus black and white. So I think it's also because he's realizing he'd be willing to make the gray decisions instead of black and white where he thought they were. So he's very much changed.
Anyone else?
I think Effie's level of like overall cynicism surprised me a little bit. That has grown as she's learned like the bigger factors at play and like the bigger power struggles that are going on. Like I didn't think she would have such a strong opinion about not wanting to even touch that with a 10-foot pole. Like she has no patience for it whatsoever. And yeah, I guess it was just something she never thought about before. So like the fact that she's like so almost like repulsed by it is interesting to me, that she'd have such a strong reaction to what's going on. Yeah, she's gotten a little, the more things feel pretty dire, she does struggle a lot with feeling cynical about it, I think, more than I thought.
Sorry, 1-inch princess for the GIF in the channel. That's gold. I'll put that out there.
Wait, I want to look.
Yes.
That's so good. I think I've mentioned this in an art stream before, so some of you guys might have heard this, but Eleanor dying so many times changed her a lot more quickly than I anticipated, and took her down a darker mindset than I had anticipated. I made her as someone who was so like morality and integrity and keeping your word and being almost
Principled.
above reproach. Yeah, like really principled
Yeah,
in every
very
way. That was like
Mhm.
the most important thing to her. And I thought maybe she'd have to compromise at some point. I didn't think there would be, was it session 19 or something after the pack got us? Like she had a moment where she's like, guess I have to literally die. Like my old self has to die and I have to become someone new. And I don't know who that's going to look like. And she might suck, but I have to. And then she literally did die a bunch of times. And every time she died, I felt her mindset get more desperate, her thoughts grow darker, her just shed the idea of morality in general. And it doesn't mean that she's mean to people or that she wants people to suffer. And I think she still has a lot of, like, she wants to do good. It's not like she's changed in that way, but she's willing to do some really bad things if she gets pushed to it. And I was surprised how quickly she went there. And I think I think it was probably 6 sessions in. We started the game, and then Mark and I went on vacation, so we had a few weeks break. And I remember we were in Arizona on vacation. We were walking into the Cheesecake Factory, and I turned to Mark because we were talking about D&D. I turned to Mark and I was like, I think Eleanor could be a villain if she got pushed to it. I'm surprised. And Mark's like, huh. And he seemed extra intrigued when I said that.
How can I push her to become one?
Yeah,
Good.
that feels like he's done that a little bit.
An
Wait,
experiment.
can I ask a follow-up or no?
Yeah, go ahead.
What, like, do you think she's still at that level, or do you think she's gotten a lot more like hope and resilience and stuff since then, or do you think she's still like?
Timeline 2 events helped, but I have a
Mm.
feeling that the second we're back in timeline 1, that will get crushed. That's
Yeah.
what I've noticed happens with her is timeline
Mhm.
2, she reconnects to her old self. I feel her becoming softer and more gentle
Yeah.
and more connecting with others and caring about what they think. And then the second we're back at timeline 1, reality hits and it's just timeline 2 isn't real. The second timeline 1 hits though, it's right back to
Mhm.
this bleak, desperate
Yeah.
mindset. And it's not even like she's done horrible things currently, but in her head, I can feel her thinking about all the possibilities. What if I have to do this? What if I have to do this? What if this happens? And every time the answer she comes up with for herself is, I would do it. And even if it's
Mhm.
horrible, like she just knows that
Mhm.
she will go to great lengths. And so
Saw that
that
after
surprised me.
the Stastrom one where like Dav was basically like, all right, whatever it takes. Like even if the other two disapprove, like
Yeah,
I was
we'll do
surprised
it.
at how quickly he was surprised how quickly she was there, and then he was surprised at how quickly he was like, fine, I'm right there with you.
Yeah. There was
So
like
that was
no
a big one.
hesitation or like,
Mhm.
oh man, what do we do? It's just like, guess we're doing it. Okay. Yeah.
This is where we're at. Yeah.
Mhm. Did you answer, Kelly?
What was the question? What was I
What
asking? I'm
what
sorry, I
about
was
your
listening
character
over.
surprised you?
Oh, I thought I already answered because I was
The Claire thing, the magic thing, I remember you said. I didn't know if
yeah.
anything else, you had anything else.
Mm, actually, I'd say yeah, how decisive she's been able to be with like certain like moral things. Where I think like unlike you guys, where like you were like, oh yeah, we'll do anything. I think she's much more like, no, I don't want to do that. Like, yeah, she feels more like conviction, I guess, than I thought she would.
It is, yeah.
So like I don't know. That'll be interesting, depending on how that plays out. But
Yeah, Princess just said good luck holding the whole party together
Yeah.
from a
yeah,
party-wide
that's
villain arc 20.
that's kind of as I say, it kind of feel like I think that I was surprised with like specifically like in like the Stashman situation. I think like how like no, like she's like no, I'm not doing that. Like I'm not like even like it was like the confidence I guess like that I think that I sort of kind of see for her future, even though it was like maybe misplaced in that moment. I don't know if it was right or wrong, but like maybe that like caught like no, I know this is right and like I'm doing this like. Even if everyone else is against me, like I can feel that this is not something, it's like I think that like conviction is like something I kind of want to like keep her going towards, I guess. Hopefully we'll see how that goes. But Yeah, that was surprising
Yeah.
to me for how unconfident and like just indecisive she can be. Like that was very
Yeah.
decisive.
Good answers. Marky.
Yes.
Mike asked, do you enjoy connecting all your campaigns together, or do you only do it when it serves the story?
What did that make you think?
It's so because I try to keep most of my work in a universe that's like all together. There's going to be different levels of overlap that happen with it. And I think especially for people who've been in past campaigns, like those overlap things are fun. Like that's a fun thing to have in there to look back at and be like, oh, I know that. So all of you have been in a previous campaign at this point and have experienced like little bits of those campaigns in Mishaps. So I put those in there as like fun little flavor things. But I like to make my stories distinct too. Like I think every campaign I have is a different story and they can stand alone on their own. And I think that's for people who maybe are newer who watching this and stream, like they haven't played through all the other campaigns that like Rachel's been a part of or Kelly's been a part of from years ago. So they don't get those references, and then Rachel freaks out on stream and is like shocked. It's like what?
Yeah.
Michael
What's
looks
going
over
on?
at Rachel to see if it's something to
What's going
recognize.
on here?
Rachel
No?
Jen is
Okay.
me. Yeah.
We don't know that name. Okay, it's fresh. It's fresh.
At this point, I can feel you guys looking at me for like, this is like, is this
Or even
something?
like I vaguely remember from like a lot, but I'm like, I think I recognize that, and so I'll look at you, and if you're like, and you're
Yeah.
freaking out, I'm like, okay, I know that that's like, all right.
I knew it. Okay.
I
Wait for
do.
explanation. Okay.
I want the campaign to be self-contained. Like if you just watch that one campaign or listen to that one campaign, you'd have everything like you need to have. But then there's those extra little details that can be thrown in there to add more meaning to something or fun different layers to maybe the situation. Oh, that's always fun. But I do like connecting them. That is fun. Continuing the story, expanding the universe, all of that.
Even just like building on the context of characters that exist throughout different campaigns, like different deities and stuff, that's fun to get to do that with a single with a giant overlapping universe.
And even just with death, like the experiences that previous campaigns have had interacting with death compared to what's going on in Mishaps is drastically different. Like there's been so many different types of positive and negative experiences just with this one character. But he's been around for a long time now, and probably is the most consistent character, honestly, in all of my campaigns at this point. So been around.
I think that's why he always makes the favorite list for me, because there's so many facets of him now. It's really fun.
In Kelly all last game, we don't know. He's the big bad.
It's like there was a while I finally told you all that like my theory was that Shaw was death, and then every time he would say something, I like you guys would look and I'd be like this, and you guys would start pointing it out.
Inside check.
Okay. Player question. There's some good ones in here. Tim asked, do you think you would be friends with your characters in real life?
Yeah, I'd be friends with Dev.
Yeah.
I'd be friends with Eleanor, I think. What?
I think I would need to like get, because you know when like someone else is freaking out and you're like, okay, well I can't freak out, we can't both freak out.
Yeah.
So, like, I think it'd be kind of a more exhausting friendship, or it'd have to be like the more stable one. And that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, I can do that, but yeah.
What about when you were in middle school, though? Do you think your middle school friend, your middle school self, would have found a friend in her, being able to relate?
Yeah, I definitely think with like the insecurities and like
Mhm.
that kind of like that unsureness, I guess.
That's interesting.
Yeah, definitely more back then. But I think too now. Yeah, I'd be friends there.
That's cool. I think it'd be tough to ever create a character that has pieces of you in it that to be like, yeah, but I would never
Like, I
never
hate
be,
Yeah,
that.
would
I
hate you.
hate them. Like, no, it's like those pieces of you are still like parts of you. You know, so it's like we could relate on like a
Yeah.
lot of things, probably. You know?
Yeah, it
And
probably
we're the ones that
it's
are inside
almost
their
like
heads.
the question would be almost more like how deep of a friendship would you
Yeah.
have with them?
Yeah. How
Um,
close could you be?
yeah. Which I don't know about Eleonora. I feel like she'd be more like my mentor or something, or like
Mhm.
someone that would like help me with things. I don't know if I would be close friends
That's what I was
with
about to
her.
ask. I was like, when would you ever
Yeah.
check in with her? Like, what would you guys be having check-ins that often, or like, what kind of relationship would that be? So
I think she would intimidate me. To be honest.
That's fair.
I
She's
don't know.
intimidating.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, anyone that steals a soul into their tattoo is quite intimidating.
Yeah. Just like, and she acts so confident, and I think I would be kind of like, I don't think you
Her
need me. I'm
poise.
gonna go over here.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is a funny thought. You just imagine someone in real life, just like, boom, boom. Oh, I got 2 souls. That's right. You need a new alternator for your car. Let me create an item for you out of the souls I just got. Like,
No big, don't worry about it.
no,
Don't ask
I'm
questions.
good.
Marky. I'm just gonna ask this. You can say what you want. You could give your most
Okay.
DM answer, but Phantom asked
Sure.
this, okay? Phantom says, our favorite characters have been traveling between at least 2 different timelines during all their adventures. Are there, in fact, only 2 timelines? Or are there more that are out there and our hunters haven't been to yet?
We all want to know.
Yeah, Mark!
Who knows at this point, honestly.
There it is.
Yeah, that's about
I
what we
mean,
expect.
who could know at this point? Do I even know? I mean, I don't know. Crazy.
Yeah.
You to roll a dice next time and see
Well,
what happens. Who knows?
That's not even a DM. That's a poker face answer, man.
Yeah.
Good
You
question.
kept it straight. I'm really proud of you,
Good
Mark.
question, though.
I have an interesting follow-up question for you, and I don't know if you could still answer for this or not. Do you have a mechanic in place in the world that could potentially cause a new timeline if it ever gets triggered or rolled?
Anything's possible.
Interesting.
God.
Good to know. Good to know.
I bet.
The banker does know. The banker knows everything. But I don't even know.
All right, we're gonna give you a birthday card and a half answer
Hello?
if you
Hello,
agree to it
banker?
right
Can
now.
you tell me the answer, banker? Hello?
That got me good. Oh my gosh. Whew.
I love how it's
Kelly,
always a
for
birthday card.
For context, Mark did a not truth or dare. What is the
Deal or no deal?
deal or no deal?
You didn't show
He
her
did
the
deal-
stream?
He
It's
did a
so
deal or no
good.
deal for my birthday, and we streamed it.
Right.
And he was pretending to be the banker on the phone, so he'd get the banker on the phone, and he'd be like, "Oh, he's
Yeah.
laughing at you, Rachel," and then he'd like keep talking.
How mean? That's
and then-
crazy. He's actually a mean guy.
Yeah, so like he was doing it so well. By the end, I started talking like the banker was another person, but it was just Mark.
This is smart. Oh my god.
Statstrom is the banker. Yeah, this is what.
He
And
is.
poor Rachel did like really poorly too. Like she
I did
chose like
really
the lowest.
bad. Yeah, I did. It was awful.
I was like, she's gonna have a handshake and a birthday card by the end of this
Yeah.
stream.
Happy
And
birthday.
that's what she had in her case was a birthday card. So,
Yeah, that's true. I'll ask this because Shiv wasn't able to ask questions earlier, but she just did here. What's been your favorite battle map to build so far?
Well, for me, I mean, the live session one was so fun because there were
That
two
was a good
maps I
one.
got to do for that one. That was super fun.
They were so cool.
I think if there's any others that really stand out as fun ones.
I think your one-shot one was really cool too.
Over the under, whatever it was.
Underbridge or
Understructure.
Understructure.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's the one.
Understructure.
Yes, that one was fun. I like doing swamp one too.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah, those will probably be my top ones though. I like the live one probably the best because I tried to go all out for that one.
The little hut and
Yes.
everything.
Yeah.
Building the little
Cool.
hut.
And Kelly had
Yeah.
her amazing camera, so she
Yeah,
had
I was
so
gonna say,
many
I got
good
pictures of
pictures
it.
of
Some
that.
nice pictures of them.
It was
So
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Was that the hag fight? What was the live one?
Yeah.
What was that? Okay.
Yeah, I think it
Mhm.
was.
And the crystal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so funny because in my head I see it as through Discord, seeing the map. I don't know why. As a memory, I think it's just 'cause, like all the other ones are like that.
Oh, that's funny.
And to be fair, I think I had a camera display right next to me, so I think a lot of times I was looking through the display.
You might have been like, this is more comfortable this way.
Yeah, like right here.
In
Yeah.
real life. Oh my gosh. So for players, Chirix, I'll combine both of theirs. What's your character's favorite spell they currently know, and what are they excited to learn in the future when it comes to spells?
Level up or pre-level up?
Whatever you want.
We'll do up to this point that you've had, so that future spells
That we've like had a
that
chance to show already.
Yeah.
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 Your most recent level up, we'll count those as like future ones.
That's what I thought. Okay. Yep. Just making
Mhm.
sure. So I was like, these are really good ones that are about to go out.
Yeah, this is a big level up for a lot of people.
Yeah.
I gotta say, Booming Blade, it's just defined him so much. Well, no, I'll take that back. Blade singing as an ability, it's not a spell, I think is my favorite because of the flavor and just what activates it. But I think Booming Blade makes Stab's identity and how he casts magic. As much as I love Vortex Warp, I think that's more of a utility where I'm like, all right, cool, that's fun. But like how I think his progression and like how he views magic, that's one of his favorites. So.
Lost it.
Plus, in my head, it's very like visual. I know.
And upcoming?
Oh, upcoming. Are we spoiling this?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I guess you don't have to.
My simple one, I'll spoil this one because it's very obvious. Is Lightning Bolt. He's
Lightning
been
Bolt. That's fine.
aiming for that for ages. He's dreamed of this spell, so just see. I can't wait for the first time he cast it.
Yes.
Do you think I
It'll
know
be
the
the
other
Kamehameha.
spell though, that we've talked about and be fun?
That one,
hidden
I'm
spell.
actually very, very, very excited for it.
Yes.
I just wasn't expecting to have it. I wasn't expecting it to be such. I think what will be a defining spell for him going forward. I think this will replace Booming Blade as his defining spell. So I'm gonna keep that to the chest.
Ooh. I think Eleonora's favorite spell is probably, I don't know, she does find the most use in the shadow version of her. Although I think she enjoys the remove curse the most because it seems to affect the most like actual change. It's come in handy in a lot of ways and done a lot of like changed a lot of things. So
much Eldritch Blast hate, man.
Oh, she doesn't mind that one, but
So much hate on it.
Get out of here. I'm not just putting shade on it.
I'm gonna make a character that loves Eldritch Blast. That's probably what they
So
do.
every warlock I've
Yep,
Yeah,
yep, pretty much.
exactly. Yeah. But no, remove curse has been big. Especially like for a while it was Euphemia's curse seemed to have been the biggest change, but now with getting rid of Illumin's constant mind games, that's fun that it's like a direct,
Yeah.
you know, it disintegrates what he's trying to do. And I think she was glad for that. Upcoming spell, I have one I'm keeping close to the chest as well, but I'm sure you'll see very soon. And it is something I have been waiting for this entire campaign, and I'm so excited to use it. And it's going to be useful not only for me, but for other members of the party. And I was so excited.
GA one.
It's just like, I'm so excited for it. But also
Must be
teleportation
haste.
circle. It's hazed. No, teleportation
Definitely.
circle. Is a one I can say that it's been
Nice.
obvious she's been working her way up to this. She's been, you know, you've seen her in game doing that. So counterspell. No, I wish. No.
Ooh.
I'll say that's another one for
Wait,
Dav.
when you
That's
say-
gonna be a big one. Counterspell.
What, Kelly?
Wait, sorry, I forgot. When you said upcoming spell, do you mean like upcoming like next level or like in the coming level? Like
Just
coming
in the
few
whenever.
levels?
Yeah.
anytime in your
What's something you're
progression of
excited
your
about?
character.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that yeah, actually my bubble's been it's not really a spell so much of as an ability, a channel divinity or whatever, but that has like been very helpful. And I'd say upcoming, I don't really have any. I mean, it sounds like everyone's making big plans. I'm not really so much. I'm excited for, I think next level I get 1/3 level. I'm excited for Spirit Guardians eventually because I love that spell and it's so yeah, I love Spirit Guardians.
Especially as a
yes.
monk. Oh
And
my gosh, it's so good.
yeah, it'd be so, cause I could go up close and just hit everyone. It'd be great. I think it'd be amazing.
That's awesome.
Effie loves Misty Step, especially when it works. Every time. So relieved to have that. It's got her out of so many bad spots. I think she also, I don't get to use it that much, but she loves Speak with Animals. That's fun when I do get to use that one. I am really excited in the next level to maybe try Tree Stride. She's dying to try that. I think that's a very Euphemia spell, and she is going to be wanting to use that
Nice.
a lot if we have the opportunity.
Go to the desert with Tree Stride. Never mind.
I know.
Oh.
We're gonna end up in the desert again, or in
Cactus
Vitron
Stride.
again. Like the frozen tundra once more.
Bad.
Crazy.
I'm gonna speak real quick on the most hated spell Dav's had. Is I took the Earthen's Mighty Grasp for like being like, oh, maybe I can restrain someone,
Yeah.
and no one ever is weak enough to fail that roll. So like, I'm just never gonna waste an action. I think I've cast it once. It's like it's a stupid take. I should have never done it. But in theory, if I could have held someone and everyone just pummels the person, that would have been great.
That
But
could be the dissonant
Nope.
whispers that you have, though. You don't even try it.
Sure,
I
Could
tried
be.
it like twice, and
Sometimes it works, and when it does, it's so epic. You just have to keep.
well, now I have too many concentration spells. It just doesn't make sense. So.
Yeah.
So sad.
So I asked this last time. I'll probably ask it every time we do a Q&A because I feel like it's always really insightful. So Mark, you're included in this. It's just DM, you know, different. But what has playing your character taught you about yourself? / Mark, what has DMing this game taught you about yourself?
I have a lot of personalities inside me all wanting to get out.
Uh-oh.
Time to come out.
Answer.
Again, is that your actual answer? Like,
I don't know.
Expound more.
That's my answer for now.
I'll just look at you expectantly.
You all can share your answer.
I would say that like oddly, like I think again, if I'm taking like middle school me, like what like I don't know, one of the things that I think that like has been interesting is how people respond to when he's like vulnerability and softness when like as I got older, you kind of like put a less, adult stuff around that because you're like, well, that's like you can't just like say these things, like just making things for people. Like I don't know, like that kind of stuff is like I don't know. I think that has been interesting to see like that like maybe those things are like trying to incorporate those things as an adult where like your child self did those things. I don't know if it makes sense. Like a softness that maybe your child self had that like you sort of maybe lost and then like kind of incorporate that back because like it is a strength. It's just someone that kind of can get beat up when you're young and can feel very like when you're still very like vulnerable and stuff. So maybe as you get older you can like incorporate that back in. So I think maybe that's like not that I'm like mean in my real life obviously, but less
You guys
I'm
don't
the meanest
see when
person
the
I
cameras
know.
are off. Callie just changes who she is as a
I'm
person.
raging everyone. You all did horrible today. I'm awful. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. So I think that
It
like
does.
maybe like how I guess I should say this. Let me rephrase that. Sorry, I started a thought and I'm finishing it now. Almost like the strength of softness, I guess, and how like that doesn't it
Yeah.
doesn't have to be. You don't have to like
Ugh,
be really good at
favorite.
talking or like be really charismatic. Like you can like your genuine softness can be something that can like influence people and like be powerful, I guess. So maybe that's what I mean. And like incorporating that back into like my life,
Yeah.
I guess.
That's such a good answer.
I have to do it.
That's a good
Kelly,
one.
do you watch My Hero Academia?
I don't know. Should I?
Yes, for that exact reason right there. Like that's so
Yeah.
Renan became because I watched the movie and exactly what you just said
Mhm.
there with Winnie, the power of weakness
Yeah.
and the power of like
Yeah.
vulnerability
Softness
is
and,
what
like,
drives
vulnerability,
the main
yeah.
character from that anime. So just saying like
Mhm.
especially because
It's
they just
Fruits
finished it.
Basket too with
Yes, so
Toru.
good. Yeah.
Same thing. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah, actually very much true because it's like, yeah, she's
yeah.
Mhm.
and I think that I've always like liked those characters and stuff because I think it is like because it is so to be continuously like squishy and like it hurt. You're just getting like so it takes a lot of strength to like continue to be armorless, and I think that's like a strength. And so I think like I don't know, I think all of us in middle school had that like, childlike, softness. And I think that like I
Yeah.
don't know. I think that's a nice thing to like think about as you continue adulthood. So
Yeah. Like keep it.
yeah.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to like verbally process that through. So I got to an answer.
Got
I was like,
you.
I think
Got
that's
you.
good. But
Yeah.
Rachel, I'm so sorry. I was responding to the chat. What was the question in the first place?
What is playing your character taught you about yourself?
I figured it's somewhere along those lines. Okay.
I feel like playing Eleonora has taught me that I can be a lot more confident and capable than I thought I could be, especially in stressful situations. And I have better communication skills than I gave myself credit for, if that makes sense.
but also communication skills are like difficult. Like it's as difficult as like intense like other skills. So I think like that like
Yes.
it's like realizing that that's like something that not everyone obviously in our group not everyone has, and so it's like it's really valuable. It has like a lot of weight when you do have the
Yeah.
skills.
And like I don't know, just I know how sometimes you tend to undermine your own abilities and your own capabilities and especially to react under pressure. And so being able to play a character that does stay really, really cool at almost any situation and doesn't lose it and is still composed and can put together really good thoughts and kind of control a situation, that's been really empowering for me to play. And I feel like I can carry that over, especially for the last couple years of my life. I've been trying to enact better boundaries and be able to say no to people and to guide them maybe to conversations that are more comfortable for other people or for me or whatever. So I feel like Eleonora has been sort of my way of teaching me how to do that in real life. It's been a good practice ground. So thanks, Eleonora.
Which it's funny because like at a time in my life when I was doing that, yeah, I played Raya, who was like much more
Raya,
like,
yeah.
and now it's like sort of going back to like softness, like trying to find that middle ground between like being
Mhm.
like strong, capable, and communicative and whatever, and like soft,
Also
like, you know, so it's like
soft, yeah.
yes, anything that like, you know, not swinging too far the other direction. It's fun, but it's fun to play out in like a character. You can kind of like test it out and see how it goes.
Yeah. Safe to do
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Euphemia is a character that exists in a lot of contrast. She has a lot of grief and a lot of love at the same time. And she has a lot of fear, but I think it makes her brave in certain situations, even though she doesn't feel it. I think the biggest thing I've gotten to practice with her that I really enjoy and I have a lot of value in is letting myself feel like the full spectrum of having emotions and like just the experience of having all of these strong feelings and not letting it, even if it does overwhelm you, like moving through it and like just living them instead of stuffing them away. Like that was her whole thing, was learning how to, so far she's learned how to like open up and start to practice that with the party and with other people. And so like just learning to not avoid things because you don't want to feel them, and how that can be a strength and how that can propel you forward into like a bigger purpose. I think that's something I really like about playing her.
So cool.
This is an interesting one. Because I feel like I put a lot of myself into Av for sure. But I also did that with Ren. And I think Ren is the one where maybe I learned the most about myself because of how vulnerable I got with him. Whereas I don't know if I've specifically learned much from Dav's actions. Dav and I are very different people. Like you said, because it's extremes. Like this is extreme from Ren, so Ren's more like me. But I will have to say, having been in a religious, what you could say cult scenario, and having that play out a little bit in the way one sees itself from being someone that was inside of it now being out, and also from the outside perspective looking at it in. And I know fantasy and real life is very two different things, so I'm not trying to, you know, stay the same between them, because it's not really good versus evil, it's intentionality. But that on top of, you know, just my scenario with my dad and losing him, and I don't think it affects Dav here, but it's learning that Dav finds his value in the reflection of what he sees that he offers to his friends around him, and then his family is those that he chooses to be around and offer his loyalty to. I think is what I've learned, is that I would falter on my own, and I do falter on my own. I wouldn't be here without the people around me. So seeing that value be reflected in that is something that, and not just that, but to be able to still push through and become what you want to be, even though you've been on that road, is what I've learned from him. So just that resiliency, I guess, and appreciating the people around you and the family that you choose to live with, and not let your past define you, and not letting your past lock you into what you are going to be going forward, I guess, is the better way to say that. Surprisingly emotional. All right, let's move on.
You know, I felt, I was like, oh, here it comes. Oh,
I'm gonna talk like that to get through this.
I love that. Any other thoughts, Marky?
I mean, I'll be honest with y'all. I usually don't get much out of my characters, like in my personal life. It's just a character to me. I don't really feel like I have a huge connection emotionally to my characters a lot of the time. So I don't get to experience kind of these same things that you guys are talking about. Typically, I don't feel like I have that same type of experience with D&D. So unfortunately, no, I don't really have anything. They're just characters I'm playing in my head.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if like running the game taught you that you could manage more than you thought you could, or, you know, because you have definitely expanded the randomness and the improv and adapting to whatever the dice rolls. So I wasn't sure if that would be something that you felt like you've learned about yourself or not.
Well, I mean, I guess if I would go into that route, not like learning from my character, but just in general in a game, like
Yeah, I meant for you DMing, sure.
I think for me, I've always been the type of person that assumes everyone hates them and doesn't really care about them. So to have people who like want to play weekly D&D or watch weekly D&D or interact with it is like really cool. So that's a big encouragement to be like, oh wow, maybe I'm not like the person everyone wants to avoid. But I felt like a lot of my life. So thanks everybody.
Oh, buddy.
We love you.
Growing up,
We're not being paid to be here. We
Yeah. They're all here of their own choice. There's no money going to them. So
Wait, what?
That you know
I
of.
thought when the campaign. So, we'll talk about it later.
I guess
It's fine.
Rach is paying you guys on the side to be my
Oh.
friends. It's okay.
Yeah.
Truth comes out. Rach has been paying y'all.
What are wives for?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I
Well,
was thinking about that. Why was that like a joke in our household where our parents, Rachel and his parents, would literally always be like to our friends, they're like, I'll pay you guys next. Like it was like a joke that they were like paying their friends to be our friends to be like, we'll pay you next week type of thing. And I was like,
oh.
brutal.
Jeez.
Yikes.
When you get old enough to realize your parents are like, wow, they're kind of geeky, aren't they? That's what I realized that with my parents at one point. I'm like, oh, you think I'm a nerd, don't you? Okay.
Oh my goodness. We probably should wrap up here soon, you think? Are you feeling okay, Kelly? I don't want to make you stay here
My
longer.
coughing's getting steadily worse. So
Yeah.
NyQuil.
I feel like there was one last one I thought was a good wrap up. Oh, I remember. It's just for the players. Mark doesn't get to
I
answer
don't
it.
get to.
What
I get left out
what
again.
would each of you say makes Oh, shut up and listen to this,
no.
Mark.
No.
What,
Rachel, give him one more question. Give him one more question.
what would No, listen to me say the question. What would each of you say makes Mark a good DM? So there.
Well, I guess we're gonna have to end it right there. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, good night, everybody. It's been fun.
I would say like I mean we talked about like I think that like one of the really frustrating things about this game particularly, but also like every D&D game is how obviously how much is determined by chance and dice rolls. So I'd say like the mark of a good DM and like your skill particularly is like to the failing forward thing where it's like we're never like there's no, I mean usually obviously if we do something like really stupid, but if it's us genuinely trying and failing and like we do a lot, then it's like there's routes we can take that like work around that, even if it's like more difficult in the world or whatever. It's not like we ruin everything by like one choice or one, and I think that helps to know that like as you're moving through the world and making mistakes in it, that you can like still maybe get to some sort of destination you were hoping to get to or like succeed in some ways. I think that like is very nice to know, even if it is like, oh, we wanted it to work out this way and it didn't. So some of us is just so much chance that like I think that the DM's role is to like help us channel that failure into something better. So yeah,
I agree.
Because we be failing.
We fail.
We failing.
Succeeded a lot too, but yes, there have been failures.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like 40, 60 maybe.
That's a little high.
I might be a little high.
A little high.
I meant 60 fail, but maybe it's more.
That's a little high. Maybe 29, percent pass. Yeah, that's all right.
I know I'm biased, but I feel like some of my favorite things about Mark's DMing is NPCs that feel like real people. It feels like they all have a story. You can get to know them. You can influence their story. They all feel unique and different. They don't feel like they're copy pasted like the same, or you have 3 different archetypes and that's it or something. Like they all feel like they're real people. So anytime we meet a new NPC, I get really excited because I'm like, who is this? Because I know you have it planned out, and you give us as much as we put into it. And so I really like that. And also I feel like you're really good at making the world feel real and the consequences feel real. And it feels like a real game, a real scenario, I guess. Like it's easy to immerse yourself in and feel like your choices matter, your failures matter, like things will have consequences, good or bad, no matter what you do. And I really like that. It's hard hitting, which to the point where it causes, I think, all of us, anxiety and decision paralysis sometimes. But that just, I think, is a testament of how good you do.
It's the part of D&D we love.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always really appreciate how you manage mechanics and use them in storytelling. That's always fun for me to watch. Like even with the mishaps and stuff, like the way that you've turned that into a storytelling element in this has been really fun. Even like the way that you have managed all these multiple storylines and somehow they're still making sense is just
like we can actually
Wild.
track.
Like it makes sense though, and that's like a really big, like that's attention to detail in a way that like is really really cool to see and interact with, because I feel like I can follow because it makes sense. That's really cool. And I know you mentioned this a little bit earlier, but your level of investment and attention to detail in each of the characters and their stories, that always really stands out to me. You do such a good job.
All the above. And I could preach this, and I have preached this and said all these things over and over and over again to so many different people, but D&D is something where we're bringing our vulnerability and our imagination and our characters to a place where most of the time it doesn't work out, where games fail and players don't get to have a full storyline that plays out the way they wanted to, whether it's other players at the table or the DM doesn't understand it or they didn't have the time to get it done. And that's a testament to you and your consistency and your prep work that you put in off stream shows, because not many DMs have this level of success over such a long period of time. You've proven yourself that we can bring our best character and our best storyline to you and trust that you're going to take care of it. I mean, it honestly blows my mind when you talk about you don't have the level of connection to your own characters when it's clear that you have that level of connection to our characters. And it's something that brings us back because it's, I don't know, to me, it's your level of craft and love in a game that we get to share with people every single Sunday. It's a rock that we get to do. And I don't think any of our characters would ever be close to cool and emotional and deep if we didn't have a DM that we could trust in giving us a world to play in. So thank you.
Pleasure and an honor. Game for
I have no strong feelings either way about this. I love you.
Aw, good. I'm glad we could love him. Oh, look, even there's more compliments, Mark. Time for you to listen. I have to say as a viewer
Time for your listen.
that being a DM, you were so good at having an understanding of people and very observant and able to respond in such a variety of ways. You have a huge range. Yeah.
so kind. All the compliments.
Yeah.
And your mustache is cool too.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Sitting here trying not to be sassy back as people are being nice to me. My defense mechanism is wanting to kick in, but no. Push it down. Thank you all.
Oh my gosh. Do you want to say anything before we wrap up, Mark?
Yeah, I mean, I am grateful to all of you players. I greatly enjoy having each of you in these games and other campaigns years prior. You all are wonderful and bring such great characters to the table and have good attitudes about how brutal my game can be at times and the challenges that you face. So I appreciate all of that. And I thank the chat as well and all the viewers and listeners and all that who have been a part of this. And I mean, Mishaps was a campaign that I made so that chat could be like a character in it. And I think you guys have done a great job being that chat character in this
Yeah.
campaign as well.
Gosh, the
And
heals you guys send us and the blessings.
You guys
Game
have
They've
changing.
been game changers.
Yeah.
and
Money,
Just-
yes. Money heals.
Yeah.
Blesses.
the level of investment that people have had where they actually track with the story is crazy. And I never would expect that because, I mean, we're just random people on the internet and that people like watch 120 sessions and keep track of the story and be like, hey, what happened to that axe that they sold like forever ago that could easily just be like a throwaway thing, but asking questions about that. That's cool.
And you've created the villain for campaign 3. Thank you so much. I
Mhm.
appreciate it.
But yes, I really do appreciate everyone who's involved in this. And I mean, yeah, I don't express things a lot through words, but I'm definitely an actions type person to express my gratitude towards people. So this game is something that I like to give as a gift to everyone who would like to be a part of it as a thank you, and I appreciate all of you. So yeah, we'll be getting back together, continue our campaign in the new year, and that will be the first session back will be January 4th, returning, and you can look forward to that. So it's just 3 short weeks from today. 3 short weeks from today. They definitely have some things to discover as they enter into the world again.
Oh my god.
And
The
see
apocalypse
what's going
starts on the 4th.
Oh my gosh.
I've literally pushed that out of my mind. I can't.
don't
I
worry
can't deal
about
with it until we
Don't
get
worry
back.
about it right now. Just have a great holiday season, everybody. Enjoy Christmas or New Year's or anything else you're celebrating during this time, because in the new year, it's gonna get interesting. So we'll catch you then. So yeah, we're gonna sign off for this evening, I think. And unless somebody else has something, Rachel, something to say?
Yeah, just a couple things. Kelly and I are planning to do Nancy Drew next Sunday and the Sunday after, if she's feeling good, that is, by next week.
God, if I'm not feeling good by then, I got better.
Yeah,
God,
it's
I hope.
true. So look out for that. We're choosing a game right now. We're in the process. I think we've narrowed it down to 2. So
Depends on how much we want to work.
you can work for it. So yeah, we'll see. I will put up an announcement very soon. I'll put up an event this week you guys can see. And then I will have art streams still, and I will also do an announcement for my headshot giveaway that I do every year. I don't know what day. I'm tentatively thinking New Year's Day, because I'm off work that day, but I'm not sure yet. So I'll let you guys know once I decide. I always have the info there, but just keep an eye out. You might win some free art from me. And like Mark said, the game is kind of his way of saying thank you. My little annual headshot giveaway is my way of saying thank you to the community for all your support and your love and your encouragements, just for some art from me. So it's always a fun time. I usually go 5-6 hours or something. It's
It's a long
it's
one.
fun.
A long time.
It's a long one. My brain is usually toast. I usually can't speak words by the end of that, but it's still fun. It's good. You could watch me die slowly. It'll be good. But that's it. That's all I have to say.
Whew. So yeah, thank you all so
But-
much for all the questions. Thank you to all the players for your questions and answers. And yeah, we'll look forward to next year picking up our campaign and seeing what happens to our poor, dear, sweet horde hunters, and seeing the future of this campaign. Because yeah, we're definitely going to be getting interesting from this point on. It'll be very.
Did I say
interesting.
29% win percentage? I meant 19 win
Yeah,
percentage
it was
going forward.
dropping as we speak.
All right. Well, we're gonna sign off. Have a great everybody. We appreciate you all. Love you all. Bye, everybody.
Bye, 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 bye.